we welcome you to the Rich Rebel Football Pregame Show, Playoff Edition. I'm Randolph. That's Dennis Bedwell coming to you live from the My Local Radio Sports Studios in downtown Evanston as we are bringing you a special in-studio pregame show, all part of the fanfare that is meaningful playoff football being played in Rich County as the Rich Rebels take on Monument Valley with a spot in the first ever Utah 8-man playoff semifinals on the line.
This is huge for Rich. This is the first of the first for them, which is amazing. Great football. This squad is firing at all cylinders. Super excited for them to be able to do this. There are neighbors to the north. Just can't wait for this. It's going to be great.
We're going to go and take a break. When we come back, we're going to throw it out to Aaron Poling for our scene set live from the Les Schwab Plains Tire broadcast booth right there at Rich High School in Randolph, Utah. You're tuned in to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Football live on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Pam Cornea with Town & Country Realty in beautiful Bear Lake enthusiastically supports the Rich High Rebels.
After all, I raised 4 of them, from football, basketball, wrestling to volleyball. I supported them all. I bleed blue.
The Caribbean of the Rockies, Bear Lake, offers a variety of activities in every season. Pam would love to assist you in finding your own Bear Lake retreat. Call her today, 435-779-0012.
Thank you, Elon and Dennis, and I share your excitement as we are getting ready for playoff football. It's 8-man playoff football. You're tuning in to the Rich Rebel Football Pregame Show, where we are broadcasting live from the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth. It is time for the scene set, brought to you by Pam Cornea at Town & Country Realty. Buying and selling Bear Lake in Utah and Idaho. Call Pam Cornea today, 435-779-0012. And the scene set for today's game, it doesn't get much bigger than this. It is playoff football, although we're back to the 8-man style of game. It should still be exciting. If you can remember the games that we called for 8-man, they were very exciting football games. 3 less players on the field each side, but it's the same field. There's more space. You got some dynamic athletes on your team like Max Perry and Trey Walker and a few others, Jaden Desch, Levi Stonehouse, Noah Perry. You got a lot of explosive athletes on this team where 8-man football, if you can make one man miss, you have a lot of space to run, and that's why I'm excited for the Rebels, as they have a very, very good chance to go far in this playoff as we pop up the Town & Country Realty scene set, brought to you by Pam Cornea. And it is a chilly day out, as you can tell by my voice. I'm a little cold up here in the press box. Don't mean to be a little bit of a diva, but my feet are cold. But we will power through for you, as I'm sure the players, it's going to be a perfect day for them. It's going to be about 50 degrees by the time the sun hits the middle of the sky and warms up the field. It's going to be a 50-degree day, perfect fall weather for a football game, in my opinion. And this has been the Pam Cornea at Town & Country scene set for today's game. Whether you're buying or selling in Bear Lake, Idaho, or Utah, call Pam Cornea today, 435-779-0012. When we come back, we will have Rich High School alumni Isaac Hopkin, a 2014 graduate, on the Mound Valley Cattle Company segment. Where are they now? You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rebel Football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. After the commercial break, we'll go back to the My Local Radio Sports Studio as Elon and Dennis will be back with you live.
Success doesn't come by accident. Success requires hard work, perseverance, learning, sacrifice, and believing in yourself. Eddie and Todd Jensen established the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho on these very principles. The students, staff, athletes, and coaches at Rich High School value these same fundamentals in education and activities, in athletics, and in life. Good luck, Rebels, from Mound Valley Cattle Company, serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997.
It's time for the Mound Valley Cattle Company pregame show segment. Where are they now? I'd like to thank Isaac Hopkin, a 2014 graduate of Rich High School, for visiting with us today.
I'm with Isaac Hopkin, a 2014 graduate of Rich High School. Isaac, how you doing today?
Doing well.
So, Isaac, I understand that you've moved across the country. You are now currently in the Eastern Time Zone. Can you tell us a little bit about why you decided to move out east?
Yes, sir. Just caught the fever to go to law school through certain events, and fortune led me to where my mom, grandparents, and uncle live in Winston-Salem, and also the same law school in that town, Wake Forest. So just currently in my second year of law school here at Wake.
Man, law school, that's pretty impressive. I might have to keep you in the Rolodex just in case, you know?
Well, I'm basically a professional Googler and can tell you it depends on the context of the situation. And then, that's roughly what we do, I feel like. So it's not that as impressive as it sounds.
Humble man. So what advice would you give some students at Rich High School that wanted to go into law school?
I think the primary thing is that you're capable. It's easy to tell yourself, oh, I'm just from small town Utah. What do I know? But you learn the higher up you get. Everyone's kind of faking it, and everyone has similar thought that, and there's no reason you can't be a part of it. For me, it's difficult to graduate high school and say, oh, I want to be a lawyer. I mean, some people do it, but in my experience, that's pretty rare. For me, what it was is I knew I had a general interest in business, so I took business classes at Utah State, and one of the requirements was business law class, like introduction to the introduction of business law. And I just devoured the class. And so kind of dual, like believe in yourself that you can do graduate school, whatever, but also get exposure to topics, within your interests, of course, but don't be so set on one path. Keep yourself open, especially as you start college, to a lot of things, and you'll find areas of interest.
Is there any kind of practice you're looking to get into? Like you said, the business law is the first class you took. Is that something that you want to do in the future?
So, yeah, now I'm going to be interning this summer, and then that'll likely turn into my job at a law firm in Delaware, and they do corporate law there. So the most familiar one is if you've heard about the Elon Musk versus Twitter lawsuit. That's all taking place in the Delaware courts. So that's the type of work I'll be likely doing, is that corporate litigation over shareholder lawsuits, stuff like that. So pretty exciting stuff. Feel very fortunate to be able to practice in an area that really covers my interests, but also is dynamic and really professional in a great place. So that's where I'm leaning. 10 years from now, will I be there? I have no idea. But as of right now, that's.
So what does it mean to you to grow up and go to a high school that was as small as Rich?
It was a meaningful experience in that I got to participate in a lot of things. I had the opportunity to play basketball, football, get to know everyone, be a part of the community, kind of grow up, cheering for the same people, and then eventually younger kids cheered for me, and now I look back. So I think the connection was one of the best parts, and the opportunities.
We would like to give a big thank you to Mr. Isaac Hopkin for talking with us today and giving us an update on where are they now. And a big thank you to Mountain Valley Cattle Company, Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho, for making this segment of today's game possible. Mountain Valley Cattle Company supporting Rich Rebels in all their endeavors. Coming up next, the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital pregame coaches show. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, the most caring hospital on earth. You're tuned in to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rebel Football Playoff Football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Amazing people work at the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier. From the receptionists to the doctors, the x-ray techs to the food service staff, from the phlebotomist to housekeeping and everyone in between. The care you receive can't be matched anywhere else. We really care about your health. We care about you. We work hard to have top quality equipment and facilities and provide a wide range of services so we can serve every patient. When selecting your healthcare providers, choose Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. You'll feel the difference.
Welcome back to our pregame show here at the My Local Radio Sports Studio. I'm Elanoff, that's Dennis Bedwell. Soon we'll be throwing it out to the voice of your Rich Rebels, Mr. Aaron Poling, at the Les Schwab Plains Tire broadcast booth. And we roll into our coaches show, brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, the most caring hospital on earth. We reached out to Coach Brad Upshaw of Monument Valley And with the busy schedule and preparing for a playoff game, we were unable to hear from him and schedule time for a coach's interview. But we did get a chance to talk with Rich Rebel coach Tyson Larson, and we will have Coach Larson when we come back after this. You're tuned in to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
There's nothing better than a yummy, delicious cheeseburger. Except maybe if you add a large raspberry shake and tater tots that are cooked to perfection with just a little extra crunch. That's what you get with every burger at the Crawford Trough in Randolph. There's a full menu to choose from, filled with delicious options that will tickle your taste buds every time. But when you find yourself craving a burger, always choose Crawford Trough. Nothing else compares. The Crawford Trough in Randolph. Stop in today.
So week 1 of the playoffs, Coach, it's got to be an exciting time for these kids.
Yep, no, it's fun. I'm excited too because I think a lot of the younger kids have stayed excited. That's been another goal we've had this week is keep just all the kids excited and help them all see a role on the team. And we're excited to get rolling.
Something that stood out to me in our interview earlier in the week was you said that if you don't perform, you don't put the pads on again. How are you guys relaying that message to the kids?
We've said it all week, and I think that's going to be part of our, just a little pregame, get them ready. Is just help them see no regrets. Don't take anything for granted, and don't take a play off because it could. At the end of the day, if you take too many off, those might be your last ones. So I think just help them understand, just enjoy it and enjoy every minute of it, regardless of what happens on the scoreboard.
How do you keep your kids focused? I mean, it's a playoff game. They should be already locked in because this could be the last time they play this year. But it's high school kids, and there's a lot of distractions around a playoff football game. What have you done to try to help them just focus in on the game?
We tried to mix up practice a little bit this week. We did a little bit different things with some film and just some of the things. And a lot of the practice was different. Just being 8-man, I think that helped some of it because the kids had to be a little more locked in, switching up styles. But in all, I think just trying to be creative in practice and keep things fun and competitive. And I'd say that's about what we've done.
It's no secret that Monument Valley has lost to some of the teams that we've beat pretty well. What do you have to tell your kids just to remember, hey, this is a football game. That team has pride. If you don't go out there and perform, they could beat you.
No, one of the things we've talked about all week, I've never met a senior football player that's ready to take the pads off. So I don't think there's very many senior kids on that team that are just going to lay down and die and let you walk all over them. So I think that's our message to the kids is, you know what? I don't care who's on the other side of the ball. Just play your hardest, play something you can be proud of, and you can look yourself in the eye and know you did your best and forget who's on the other side. And if you are going to think about who's on the other side, maybe think about how they're going to be trying to beat you because, like I said, there's very few people that just want to be done playing football. So
the Rich Rebels are successful today if they do what?
I think just play hard, whistle to whistle, play the whole game, and trust in each other.
We want to thank the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital for sponsoring our coaches show today. We're getting closer to the kickoff between Rich and Monument Valley.
And coming up, we'll have the Epic Recreation Keys to the Game. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Playoff Football live on mylocalradio.com and the Wildlife.
You're invited to come in and visit with the team at Cache Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley today. Our customers are our friends. If you haven't ever been in, stop in today. We'd love to get to know you. If you haven't been in for a while, stop in and let's get caught up. And if you were here yesterday, come back again soon. You always have an open invitation to visit the crew at Cache Honda Yamaha, where our customers are our friends, on US 91 between Logan and Smithfield.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Check the weather forecast or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
Whatever brings you to Evanston, whether it's high school sports, a teaching conference, music festivals, speech and debate, or your job, always book your hotel reservations at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. With 165 ground-level rooms on 10 beautiful acres, the Best Western offers everything you need, including clean, comfortable rooms, a business office, workout room, and a full-service restaurant, plus a complimentary breakfast with every stay. Whenever you're in Evanston, make your hotel reservations with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn.
And we welcome you back to the My Local Radio Sports Studio pregame show. I'm Randolph. That's Dennis Bedwell. And soon we will be taking you out to Rich, live from the Les Schwab Plains Tire broadcast booth. It'll be the voice of your Rich Rebels, Mr. Aaron Poling. But in the meantime, we have our epic recreation, Keys of the Game. And Dennis, what's that first one?
Turnovers are going to be really big to not have, obviously, for each team. If you can limit your turnovers, that's going to allow you to keep the ball, which is going to give you the opportunity to be able to score points, which is going to give you the opportunity to be able to really benefit and win this game.
Our next key to the game is going to be just kind of be in the moment. Rich is the number 2 ranked team in the state of Utah when it comes to 8-man. So there are expectations for a deep playoff run. However, deep playoff runs are never made in the quarterfinals or the semifinals. In order to get to the next level, you have to win the game that's in front of you. And if you're Rich, you have to be thinking about playing in Randolph today, not thinking about the semifinals, not thinking about playing at Southern Utah University at Cedar City, but just focusing on the game in front of you.
Absolutely. And then, of course, if you really want to win a game, you have to have solid defense. If you aren't able to keep that score, to limit them from scoring on you, there's no way you're going to be able to win the game. A solid defense, which Rich has been able to do most of this season so far, is going to be monumental for them.
That is a good mention right there. Our final key to the game is going to be to find your rhythm. Rich had a lot of success as an 8-man team at the beginning of the season, only dropping one game, I believe, to Gunnison Valley in overtime. But now they have played 11-man football against 2A Wyoming schools. It is 2 different games, 8-man and 11-man. Rich has got to go out there, find the rhythm, and find their 8-man legs in preparation for this matchup. And these have been your epic recreation keys to the game. Make your next Bear Lake vacation epic with rentals from Epic Recreation. Visit epicrecreation.net or find them on Facebook. And that is also going to do it for our pregame show live from the My Local Radio Sports Studio. I'm Randolph. That's Dennis Bedwell. We're going to step aside. When we come back, we're taking you out to the field live from the Les Schwab Plains Tire broadcast booth. It's the voice of your Rich Rebels, Mr. Aaron Poling. It is playoff football. Rich taking on Monument Valley. You're tuned in to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rebel Football live on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. Enjoy the game, everybody.
Whether you're kicking up the dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft, large and small, to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all. On-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your next adventure at epicrecreation.net.
Amazing people work at the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier. From the receptionists to the doctors, the x-ray techs to the food service staff, from the phlebotomist to housekeeping and everyone in between. The care you receive can't be matched anywhere else. We really care about your health. We care about you. We work hard to have top quality equipment and facilities and provide a wide range of services so we can serve every patient. When selecting your healthcare providers, choose Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. You'll feel the difference.
At Rich School District, we believe that success motivates individuals, and every student is capable of learning. We believe an effective classroom facilitates learning. We believe in the development of lifelong learners, and we believe that a quality education makes a difference. Student involvement equals student success. Currently, 93% of Rich High students participate in extracurricular activities. Rich School District, providing a quality, well-rounded education for each student.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Supporting the Rich Rebels in everything they do. J-Bar Auto and J-Bar Excavation in Randolph provide services to Rich Rebel fans every day. Auto repair, tires, sand, and gravel. J-Bar Auto and J-Bar Excavation on Main Street in Randolph. Stop in today.
A healthy smile improves life in many ways. Fresher breath, increased confidence, and better overall health. Dr. Sean Grohl and his team at Comprehensive Family Dental have been supporting Rich Rebels for over 25 years. Call today and schedule your next appointment. Go Rebels!
This has been today's pregame show broadcast live from the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth. We are just moments away from today's starting lineups and the Town of Woodruff opening kick. The Town of Woodruff sharing the Rebel pride and wishing you good luck. Mayor Scott Saby, council members Raymond Fransden, Kent Stewart, Millie Bradshaw, Seiko Webb, and clerk Lisa Bell. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rebel Football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
So this is the reserve at Bear Lake, most beautiful place in the world. Come here and find out how you can buy your own Airbnb property and help pay for itself, or just come here and enjoy a second home in sports courts, pools, hot tubs, access to 200 miles of mountain trails, brand new homes now starting at $600,000, quarter shares starting at $250,000. Would like to invite you to be part of that. Call Gary McKee at Bear Lake Realty at 435-946-8888.
Freeway Tire offers a nationwide service protection plan that covers service parts and labor on select systems, keeping your vehicle on the road. Plus, it includes coverage for towing, lockout service, flat tire changing, fuel, oil, and water delivery service, and jump starts. Knowing that your vehicle is covered at over 50,000 dealer locations nationwide provides that peace of mind wherever you are. Get the details. Visit Freeway Tire and ask about the service protection plan. Freeway Tire, 217 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
Whether you're kicking up the dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft, large and small, to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all. On-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your next adventure at epicrecreation.net.
This presentation on mylocalradio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need, plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
Taking care of yourself is important through all stages of life. Bear Lake Community Health Center offers a holistic approach to a healthy body and mind that includes education, prevention, and networking. We offer medical, dental, behavioral health, nutrition, and pharmacy services. We accept most insurance, including Medicaid, Medicare, and have a sliding scale discount plan. Choose Bear Lake Community Health Center, 435-946-3660.
We want to welcome you into the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth. You're in the middle of a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. You're currently seeing what it would look like if we didn't have streaming rights to the game today, but We have the streaming rights, so we're going to get rid of that, and we're going to put the main cam back to full. Actually, while we have some time, I'm going to adjust some of these cameras. So if you do see the screen changing, you just know I'm making some adjustments because we thought we were going to have to broadcast this game in a different way, but we do not have to, so we're going to fix that right now. As I see another thing we're going to have to change. But for now, you listen to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. We're about 5 minutes away from the town of Woodruff opening kickoff. And until then, after we figure this stuff out, we are going to go to a quick commercial break. Once again, you listen to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Pam Cornea with Town & Country Realty in beautiful Bear Lake enthusiastically supports the Rich High Rebels.
After all, I raised 4 of them, from football, basketball, wrestling to volleyball. I supported them all. I bleed blue.
The Caribbean of the Rockies, Bear Lake, offers a variety of activities in every season. Pam would love to assist you in finding your own Bear Lake retreat. Call her today, 435-779-0012. Success doesn't come by accident. Success requires hard work, perseverance, learning, sacrifice, and believing in yourself. Eddie and Todd Jensen established the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho on these very principles. The students, staff, athletes, and coaches at Rich High School value these same fundamentals in education and activities, in athletics, and in life. Good luck, Rebels, from Mound Valley Cattle Company, serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997.
Amazing people work at the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier. From the receptionists to the doctors, the x-ray techs to the food service staff, from the phlebotomist to housekeeping and everyone in between. The care you receive can't be matched anywhere else. We really care about your health. We care about you. We work hard to have top quality equipment and facilities and provide a wide range of services so we can serve every patient. When selecting your healthcare providers, choose Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. You'll feel the difference.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Playing Stars broadcast booth. Another Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. As we update the scoreboard, it is the Rich Rebels taking on the Monument Valley Cougars, as it is an 8-man football. This is the first ever playoff game, actually, as we were the first ones to kick off, and I'm going to welcome in my broadcast colleague, Rob Leifson. And this is an exciting time for the Rebels. You're taking part in something that's never been happened before, and you get a chance to maybe get the first 1A 8-man football victory in playoff history.
That is true. It'll make a little history, but I'm a little distracted right now because I'm watching a Lady Rebel volleyball game in the third set against Monticello.
Are you? What's the score?
It is 19-12 for Rich in the third set. They won the first 2 sets. They were down this one 5-1 and went on about a 9-0 run to put things back on course.
So the Lady Rebels right now are playing the Monticello Buckaroos, a team that we played in football, and a team that we have a really good chance of playing if we do win. We cannot assume a victory ever in football, as
ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome you officially to
it may
the first ever
be
1A
the Rebels
8-man
versus the Buckaroos
football
tomorrow.
game. The Rebels have won the toss and have elected to kick.
The Rebels will kick off. They're going to use their defense to try to set the tone here to start the playoffs, and it's something they've done very, very well.
UHSAA officiating crew here.
As we're about to go to the Pledge of Allegiance, so when we go radio silent, we're just going for the pledge. As if you can't see on the camera yet, but if you notice, head coach Tyson Larson is he's wearing shorts, setting a tone for his players. It is a little chilly outside, but doesn't bother Coach Larson.
Great weather. We got highs in the 40s. Sun is shining.
As we're going over our in-house announcements.
So we would like everyone to, we're going to give Monument Valley a second to move on over.
We'll give you another update. It's 19-16 in the third set there, Aaron.
19-16. As the Rebels are up 2-0, correct?
Correct. And they won the first match against Bryce Valley in 25-16, 25-13, 25-20, and won the first set against Monticello 25-19, and the second set 25-17.
Well, so it's about the same score as the other two sets, so I don't think there's much to worry about. But you do want to see the Rebels win it out, as if they win this set, they are on to the semifinals tomorrow, which we will have for you on My Local Radio 98.3, as we're going to the Pledge of Allegiance right now.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
And we are back after the Pledge of Allegiance, and we are ready to go. As it is the first ever 1A 8-man playoff game, as it is the Rich Rebels versus the Monument Valley Cougars.
Let's hear a real loud, warm welcome to them. Thank you for traveling up here.
As the Rebels look to get set, they're going to kick off. They're going to let their defense set the tone here. Once again, 8-man football. So if it looks like there's not as many players on the field, you are correct. There are not as many players on the field. There are 6 less than a normal football game. But this style of football is really exciting, Rob. As we saw early in the season, you could make one man miss, and suddenly you're scoring an 80-yard touchdown.
That is correct. It is accountability football for sure.
As Jaden Desch will kick off for the Rebels. Back deep for the Cougars, Joshua Hicks. And we're waiting on the other player to reveal his number as he's fiddling with his mouth guard. That's number 21, Malias Cly.
Kicking for the Rich Rebels is Jaden Desch. Returning for Monument Valley, we have number 12, Joshua Hicks.
Before we get started, we want to just remind you that all of the kickoffs today are brought to you by the Town of Woodruff. First downs, LSR Refrigerated. Turnovers, Town of Garden City. Fan Cam, Bear Lake Realty. Scoreboard, the station on Main. Kick is away, and it is fielded by Joshua Hicks at the 20-yard line. Goes around the left side. He's going to rumble forward to about the 35, where there's a huge pile. And that is how we start the 1A 8-man playoffs, Rob.
Tackle made by Drake West, number 23.
As the Rebels defense takes the field. And this is going to be a much different game than last week. They won against Pinedale last week by a big score, but now you have 3 less defenders. They're going to go with 3 down linemen, 2 linebackers, and then 3 defensive backs. Or 3-2-3, if you'd rather. As the Cougars come out with 3 receivers to the right. They are lined up. This quarterback gets the snap. It's number 21. That's Cly. He's going to pass. That'll be incomplete as he throws to his left. Rebels defense there to break that play up.
I would anticipate some serious pressure from the linebacking core from the Rebels, but Carson Muirbrook was number 68 giving some good pressure on that one.
They come out in the same set. They have 3 receivers to the right in a line as Cly sends Hicks in motion. Cly drops back to pass. He's going to run. He's going to run right into the arms of Noah Perry, who drags him down for the sack. Noah Perry picks up the first sack of the playoffs for the Rebels defense. That's a loss of about 4 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd down and 14 for the Cougars offense. As I think Muirbrook was also in on the sack as well, as Noah Perry made the play. As it's interesting, you got Muirbrook in between Trey Walker and Noah Perry on the defensive line. You're going to use some speed up front on defense, and I think that's going to be a real weapon for the Rebels. As Hicks comes out on the shotgun. That's Cly in the shotgun, sends Hicks in motion behind him. Gets the snap, drops back to pass, looks, pressured immediately, throws. Ball's off the hands of Hicks, and he is planted on the ground there.
Carter Hoffman, number 8.
By Hoffman. That's a great play there. That's going to bring up a 4th down and 13 on the play. As it looks like the Cougars are going to punt. It's Cly back deep.
25-21 is the final score in the third set for the Lady Rebels, so they move on to play the winner of Tabiona and
Wayne, I believe.
That is correct.
Punt is away as it goes over Jaden Dash's head. Going to land at the 40 as Max Perry runs up to it. Has all day to pick it up. Does so. Looks around and is tackled 1 yard from the play. That's a little lackadaisical there from the Rebels. I'm not sure if they just wanted to down the ball or.
Well, they told him to make a fair catch if he had the opportunity, but
here comes the Rebels offense, as we'll see who's at quarterback. I know Hunter Pace was injured with a neck injury. We're looking on the sideline. We cannot see him. It's going to be Carter Hoffman under center for the Rebels. They come out in the I formation. They have a receiver to the left. They have 4 linemen with a tight end on the right side of the formation. As they're really bunched up, they're going to hand to Trey Walker. Walker has some room. Makes a man miss. Trey Walker's got space in front of him to the 40, to the 30, 20, to the 10, to the goal line. Trey Walker, 1 play, 1 touchdown. Rebels lead 6-0, and that is what we talked about. You make a man miss. Trey Walker made a man miss 2 yards into the play, runs it all the way down for a touchdown. Rebels lead 6-0 with 9:55 to go in the Crawford Trough first quarter on the Station on Main scoreboard.
I will admit it's a little bit of an adjustment to see 8-man back on the field after watching 11.
It's kind of like an old friend back.
Yeah, you almost looking for the safeties to come downhill and go get Trey, but there's no safety there, and Trey kind of scampers his way to the end zone. I'm not sure if he broke a sweat. As the Rebels are going to go for the extra point attempt, it will be Trey Walker to kick. He's tying on a little apparatus to his foot because he toe punts it. I know all of our soccer players listening are not going to like to see this, but it's effective for Trey, and Trey's really good at it.
Out of the hold of Carter Hoffman.
Snap, good, holds good. Kick is on the way through the uprights and is good. Rebels lead 7-0. As the Rebels now lead 7-0, you listen to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. We'll be back after this with 9:55 in the Crawford Trough first quarter. The Rebels lead 7-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard.
There's nothing better than a yummy, delicious cheeseburger. Except maybe if you add a large raspberry shake and tater tots that are cooked to perfection with just a little extra crunch. That's what you get with every burger at the Crawford Trough in Randolph. There's a full menu to choose from, filled with delicious options that will tickle your taste buds every time. But when you find yourself craving a burger, always choose Crawford Trough. Nothing else compares. The Crawford Trough in Randolph. Stop in today.
Back to Les Schwab, Plain Stars broadcast booth. We're in the Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rebels football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. It's actually Easton Eborn to kick it away. He does so. Fielded at the 12-yard line by Hicks as he's going to fall forward to about the 22. As that's where the Cougars will take over with 9:55 to go in the Crawford Trough first quarter.
Looked like the tackle was made by Kason Johnson, number 15, and number 25, Samuel Leifson.
So in the Rebels return to 8-man football, they have 9:55 to go in the Crawford Trough first quarter. It's not the fastest they've scored points-wise in 8-man because that would go to the 22-0 game 4 minutes in Water Canyon. But 1 play, 1 touchdown. You have to be very happy if you're the Rebels. And also 3 plays defensively, -3 yards. As it's Clyde to come out in the shotgun. He has 2 receivers to his right, 1 to the left. Gets the snap. He's going to drop back, looks left. He's going to run it up the middle, and he is going to be met there with a nice play.
Kason Johnson, number 15, and Drake Weston, number 23.
It's a good defense there from Kason Johnson as that looked like it was a quarterback draw where the linemen were all past him, and Johnson makes the tackle for a gain of none on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the Cougar 29-yard line. 9:30 to go in the Crawford Trough first quarter. The Cougars come out with the ball. They have shotgun. They got a running back on each side, a receiver to the right. As it's Hicks under center for this play, he's going to keep it. Tries to make a move around the defender. Cuts back to the middle of the line, and he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. as Noah Perry in on the play.
Yeah, along with number 23, Drake Weston.
Drake Weston's had a good start to this ball game, as it'll be 3rd and 13 from the Cougar 29-yard line. They got to get the ball all the way up to the 30, to the 39 for a first down, as the ball's actually spotted a little further back than the 29, the 26. As Clyde comes out in the shotgun, sends Hicks in motion. He gets the snap, looks left. He's going to throw right away. That's incomplete. That'll bring up a 4th down for the Cougars offense.
You can credit Trey Walker, number 3, for putting the pressure on there. He came untouched, which, again, in 8-man football, that's just got to be heaven for some of these linebackers.
Yeah, speed up front can really kill in the 8-man game, and I think that's why they've had defensive plays where Noah Perry and Trey Walker line up on the defensive line. Clyde back to punt, gets the punt away. Ball is in the air, lands about the 45 where Trey Walker takes over. He drops it, has a ton of space though. Picks it back up, goes around the right side, has some room out in front, stiff arms a man, makes a miss to the 40, to the 30 where he's pushed out of bounds. What a return from Trey Walker. It definitely wasn't clean, but it was eventful as Walker dropped the ball, had enough time to pick it up, and was able to scamper all the way out to the Cougar 30-yard line where the Rebels offense will take over with 8:17 to go in the Crawford Trough first quarter.
Not the way you draw it up on the playbook, but it turned out okay. This is the first time we've met Monument Valley since the 2014-2015 season, I believe, in the playoffs.
Here comes the Rebels offense and Carter Hoffman. Let's see what they have. As the last offensive possession, I would say, was perfect as they went one play, one score. They lead 7-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard as Hoffman comes out under center. Max Perry is the deep back. Hoffman hands to Max Perry. He's going to go around the left side. Makes a man miss to the 20, to the 10. 2 plays, 2 touchdowns. Max Perry scampers in from 30 yards out. The Rebels lead 13-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard as Max Perry around the left side made a man miss and was able to scamper into the end zone. Once again, it's almost one-on-one, and if you have the dynamic athletes that the Rebels do, it is tough. Looks like the Rebels will go for the extra point attempt as Trey Walker runs to the sideline to find the little apparatus. It's almost a strap that he ties to his foot. As you can hear you can see the linemen, they're pointing, they need an extra player as the field goal unit will be out there to kick the extra point attempt. So Trey Walker will kick. Carter Hoffman will hold. Snap on the way. Hold is good. Kick is blocked. Good play there from the Cougars as Trey Walker catches it, but as soon as it's blocked, it is not advanceable by the offense. With 7:47 to go in the Crawford Trough first quarter, the Rich Rebels lead 13-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. We'll be right back after this.
There's nothing better than a yummy, delicious cheeseburger. Except maybe if you add a large raspberry shake and tater tots that are cooked to perfection with just a little extra crunch. That's what you get with every burger at the Crawford Trough in Randolph. There's a full menu to choose from, filled with delicious options that will tickle your taste buds every time. But when you find yourself craving a burger, always choose Crawford Trough. Nothing else compares. The Crawford Trough in Randolph. Stop in today.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth. We're in the middle of a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. Station on Main scoreboard reads 13-0 as Easton Eborn's kick rolls to about the 30 where it takes a high hop fielded by Hicks as he cuts back up the middle to the 35. Nice return there from number 12, Joshua Hicks. As it's 7:47 to go in the first quarter, Rob. What's your impression so far?
Well, I can't say this is unexpected, but I would say if I was going to be on the sideline, this is an opportunity, let's just say classes in session, a chance for these coaches that I am impressed with to teach a little bit of class. Last night they had an activity where they cut practice short, went out and did a little service, and teaching these young men some things that are more important than football, and I think this is going to be a game where you can teach them some life lessons.
Hicks comes out in the shotgun. He's got a back on both sides. He's going to run to the left as he is thrown down there by the lineman as the ball comes loose after he's down. They're going to roll him down. That is Jack Bell as he tackles Hicks for a 6-yard loss on the play. What a play there from Bell as he went and got the quarterback. That's impressive for a big lineman. 7:23 to go in the Crawford Trough first quarter. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 16 for the Cougars offense. As the Rebels defense, they have not allowed a single yard positively yet today. And that's a good transition back from 11-man to 8-man. You kind of worry about it where if you're a lineman, you're expecting more help than you're going to get in 8-man football. But we've been able to handle it pretty good so far.
The other thing I'd look for is to see the Rebels polish and maybe get rid of some of the squeaks in both the offense and the defense as you're transitioning back to 8-man. This is a good game to do that on.
Here comes the Cougars offense with Hicks in the shotgun. He's going to roll to the right, has a man open, tries a swing pass. Or that's Hicks on the that was the intended receiver. That was number 21, Clyde, the quarterback. Tried to find Hicks on the swing route, unable to do so. Once again, credit the defensive line for more pressure on the quarterback, bringing up a 3rd down and 16 with 6:35 to go in the first quarter.
As you bring in J.J. Chandler, 73, and 59, Jordan Johnson on the line.
Clyde in the shotgun, gets the snap. He's going to drop back to throw, rolls to his left. Or his right, rather. He's going to throw on the run. Throws behind his intended target, which was number 25, Trayman Jake. Ball falls incomplete. It'll be 4th down and 15 for the Monument Valley Cougars, and I'd expect to see another punt. Yeah, the sideline gave the old boot.
Now, so far we haven't seen 2 very clean kick returns, so we'll see if maybe we can improve on that a little bit on this round.
Clyde stands on his own 25-yard line. Walker's inside his own 40. That's a much better punt as Trey Walker's going to call fair catch at the 39-yard line where the Rebels will take over a 1st and 10 from their own 39. As here comes Carter Hoffman in the offense, and so far 2 plays, 2 touchdowns. Really can't say much about the offense.
Looks like you're going to have Jet Holmes behind in the quarterback slot, taking Carter Hoffman out for this series.
As Holmes will come to see what Holmes in the offense can do here as, once again, 2 plays, 2 touchdowns, as they've been very good blocking, and 2 plays, 2 touchdowns, and neither back was touched. As Holmes is under center, 2 backs in the backfield, receiver to the left. Holmes hands to that deep back.
That's Raiden Lutz.
As Lutz is swung around, stays on his feet, keeps going, makes a man miss, makes another man miss. Another person misses. Lutz keeps going across the 40, turns what should have been a negative 6-yard run into about 37 yards for 1 yard.
Well, got to give Raiden a little bit of creativity there. That was a 1-yard gain, but I think you're right. I think he ran 30 yards to get 1.
I think they call that tough sledding, as Lutz with some shifty moves broke a couple of tackles behind the line. That brings up 2nd and 9 from the Rebel 41-yard line. They got to get the ball to the 50 for a 1st down. Jet Holmes is giving final instructions. Lutz is going to be the deep back. They have a receiver split to each side. Holmes under center. They're in the I formation. Holmes snaps, gives it to the fullback right away.
That is Carter Grohl, number 1.
Grohl falls forward to about the 45-yard line. They're actually going to give him the 46. Good effort there from Grohl to keep his legs moving. That'll bring up a 3rd down and about 4, as the Rebels need to get to the midfield for the 1st down. Rebels are rotating players in and out, as we're looking for a number 88 on the roster. We'll have to find out who that is, as they just checked into the game. That is actually Dylan Wasden coming into the game, as the Rebels come out with under the I formation, receiver to each side. Holmes under center, gets the snap.
Giving it to Tony Maldonado, number 22, right up the middle, and I think he's got enough for the 1st down.
They're going to give Maldonado the 1st down as he falls forward. It's a good 3-play set there from the Rebels, as they could have been blown up in the backfield very easily on that first play, but they were able to. That's the key for Raiden Lutz. They're getting back to the line of scrimmage. it allows your offense to stay in second and manageable, third and manageable. Where the Rebels offense comes out with, in the I formation, they got a player to each side of the field standing as a wideout. They're actually going to come on the shotgun as Holmes has Maldonado next to him. Holmes gets the snap, drops back to pass. He's going to throw near side, where it is received at the 47 out across the 50, back to the original line of scrimmage.
Holmes to Leifson on the reception.
As that is someone that you're pretty familiar with, right?
And that would be number 25, Samuel Leifson. Though it's a flashback, because that's what his number that one of his older brothers wore when he played. So
it'll bring up second down and about 6 as Leifson picks up 4 on the screen pass. As the Rebels come out in the I formation, Holmes under center. Maldonado is the fullback, as it looks like it is Rayton Lutz the deep back. Holmes hands to Lutz. Lutz around the right side, cuts back up the middle across the 40. That's going to be enough for a first down. As it's Dorian Chi on the tackle as he tackles him at the 42-yard line of the Cougars. It'll be 1st and 10 with 3:43 to go in the Crawford Trough first quarter. The Rebels lead 13-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. As I think now would be a good time to let you guys know that we will have a radio coverage of the state volleyball games as the Rebels are in the semifinals awaiting their opponent. As a little pistol action for the Rebels as they move Maldonado up as they're in the shotgun as Holmes gets the snap, drops back to pass, looks right, has time, rolls to his right. He's going to run it out across the 35, to the 30. Makes a man miss, cuts back again as he's going to be swallowed up by 3 players at the Cougar 20-yard line. Good job there from Holmes as they were ripping at the ball. Holmes keeps it in his hands. As it is 3:01 to go in the Crawford Trough first quarter. It's an LSR Refrigerated 1st and 10 for the Rebels. Once again, all first downs are brought to you by LSR Refrigerated, which is kind of hard to forget. It's hard to forget or remember sometimes, Rob, because the first 2 plays of this game were both touchdowns for the Rebels. 2:45 to go in the Crawford Trough first quarter. Rebels marching down the field. Ball spotted on the 19-yard line of the Cougars. Rebels come out in the shotgun. They have 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Maldonado is the back in the backfield. Holmes gets the snaps, drops back, looks right, has a man there. It's Wasden. Wasden catches it. The ball comes loose as the Rebels are able to fall back on it. Wasden really never had a grip on the ball as he was being swung down.
yeah, Tony Maldonado, number 22, with the recovery. There was 4 or 5 Rebels that could have got to that ball.
Heads up play, though, from the Rebels offense is that's going to be second down in about, I'd say, 22.
Yeah, you're good on the math.
Let's see what the Rebels offense come up with here. I mean, this is a good time to work on second and longs. As Holmes comes out under center. It's Grohl, who's in the backfield. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. They're going to hand to Grohl up the middle. Actually, Holmes keeps it around the left side to the 20, to the 10. No one's going to touch him. Jet Holmes runs it in for a touchdown. Good play fake. He got me on the fake. Got the entire Monument Valley defense as well as the Rebels now lead 19-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard.
Jet's got some wheels. He got that corner, and he was gone.
Yeah, you can't be named Jet if you're slow. I would never be able to have the name Jet because I am not a fast person. Jet Holmes, very fast. Can be named Jet. As here comes the Rebels special teams unit as Trey Walker is going to kick. I think this is a good opportunity for the Rebels to work on their kicking game. As Carter Hoffman does one final count. Be Carter Hoffman to hold, Trey Walker to kick. Snap, good, hold, good. Kick blocked again by the Cougars, and the Rebels lead 19-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. As if there's one little blemish on the Rebels today, it has been their kicking game, as they've had 2 extra points blocked. But for now, you're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. We're going to stay right here as the Rebels will have the town of Woodruff kickoff coming soon. With 132 to go left in the Crawford Trough first quarter, Rebels have a 19-0 lead, and they are looking very sharp. as the transition back to 8-man has been a little better for the Rebels than it was going 8-man to 11-man.
I agree.
Deep now kicking off for the Rebels once again is Easton Eborn, as the freshman has kicked the ball twice now. Rebels are missing a player.
One.
As 3 players run onto the field. Trey Walker wants to play. You could see it in his eyes. As Trey Walker was one of the players, but he was grabbed by head coach Tyson Larson. As Eborn has the Town of Woodruff kickoff on the tee. Ball is in the air, fielded at the 35-yard line. And nice cutback there by the ball carrier. It's Cly.
Cly on the return.
As he rumbles out to about the 43. As Weston's there to make the play. 1:21 to go in the Crawford Trough first quarter. As the Cougars come out on offense, see what they can do, as the Rebels, their defense, looks like they still have their first team defense out there, but they do have Jarrett Mason lining up as one of the corners. Levi Stonehouse is the other, as our 3 defensive backs are Mason, Desch is the safety, and that looked like Stonehouse, but I cannot tell. That might not be Stonehouse.
Yeah, it looks like Kason Johnson, number 15.
You would be correct, as I see Stonehouse on the sidelines. Rebels are rotating the players around pretty good today, as it's a good chance you got to get everyone back into the groove of 8-man, not just 8 players, as the Rebels have done a good job of that so far. They come out under center, the Cougars do. Hicks is the deep back. They fake the handoff. They're going to throw. Have a man off the hands and deflected away from Jaden Desch, as I think Weston got his hands on it the second time, as Desch had that lined up, as Jaden Desch was looking for his 9th interception of the season.
Yeah, Drake Weston, number 23, just tipped that a little bit.
Can't really fault Weston, though, as he's going for the ball. As a defensive back, you're taught to knock it down. Did a good job there, as it's 2nd and 10 for the Cougars. Ball placed on the 43-yard line on the left hash. Cly under center. Gets the snap. Fakes the handoff. And he's being chased. Throws on the run. Picked off by Max Perry. And Max Perry's going to run out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. That'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Rebels offense. That is a Town of Garden City turnover.
That's a little bit of the class I was talking to you about before, Aaron, right there. He could have easily taken that one to the house. But under the instructions of the coaches, he takes the sideline.
Town of Garden City, where families play at beautiful Bear Lake. Visit gardencity.ut.us as the Rebels take over with 46.4 seconds left to go in the Crawford Trough first quarter. 1st and 10, Rebels, as they are they have 7 players on the field. 1 player is getting final instruction from head coach Tyson Larson. They actually had 6 as 2 players run back out there. Is Jet Holmes
and number 16, Daniel Smith,
as they are late to the party, but the Rebels are huddled up about 12 yards behind the line of scrimmage. They sprint up to the line. Carter Grohl's the deep back. They have 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Holmes under center. Holmes gets the snap. He's going to roll out and pass. Looks. Fakes the throw. Still on his feet. He's going to throw. Has a man downfield, and that's going to be fall incomplete, as Leifson looks like he was the intended target, but there were 2 receivers that way. As it was Cly there to knock it away for the Cougars. 32 seconds to go in the first quarter as the Rebels offense faces a 2nd and 10. And this is a good chance if you're one of the kids out on the field right now. They're still playing for something. If we don't want to see this happen, but if a player goes down, they need someone to fill in. You show out well here, you might get some playing time with the first team reps. As Holmes, he's going to fake it, keep it himself. Looks like the run of the option. Holmes pitches it late to Weston. Weston at the 20 is tackled about the 15. As Holmes was about 6 yards downfield before he pitched the ball. That's enough for an LSR refrigerated 1st and 10. Maybe.
And they're holding the sticks up. I'm not sure what they've got a call for on this one.
The near side judge pointed the sticks to go forward. As it is 1st and 10. As they do move the sticks now. We got 23 seconds to go in the Crawford Trough first quarter. As the Rebels offense is on the sideline. It looks like that's going to do it for us here in the first quarter. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. The clock is winding down on the Crawford Trough first quarter. We have 2 seconds to go. And with that, the station on main scoreboard reads 19 for the Rich Rebels, 0 for the Monument Valley Cougars. We'll be right back after this.
This presentation on mylocalradio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need, plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth. We're in the middle of the Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. Station on main scoreboard reads the Rebels 19, the Cougars 0, as the Rebels dominated that first quarter. As I do not believe they gave up a single play of positive yardage on defense and 3 possessions on offense, 3 touchdowns. They're in their 4th possession, and they are marching the ball down the field. It is placed on the 20-yard line. As we are in the LSR refrigerator, the T7 Propane second quarter, sorry to T7 Propane. As Holmes gets the snap, he's going to roll to the right, throws, has a man, caught by Grohl behind the line of scrimmage. He is planted by Clyde. That's a nice play there by the Cougars defense. That'll bring up second down and about 16. As it looked like the Rebels tried to set up a screenplay there, just the defensive line blew that play up.
I agree. I'm not sure if he was looking downfield early on, but definitely used his checkout receiver on that second option.
Here comes the Rebels offense facing a 2nd and 16. Let's see what they draw up. As
got Carter Grohl and Drake Weston in the backfield.
Holmes hands to Weston. Weston around the right side. Makes a man miss. Has no one in front of him. That is a touchdown for Drake Weston. A 26-yard scamper for Weston. 11-12 to go in the T7 Propane second quarter. The Rebels now lead 25-0 on the station on main scoreboard. As here comes the Rebels kicking team. They're going to try to kick again. I noticed in between the break, they had Hunter Pace snapping. I think they're going to try to get him as a long snapper in the game just to get him some plays on the field. As he had a scary neck injury a couple weeks ago. I was talking to his dad earlier, and it sounds like he's getting better, but for precautionary reasons, and they're up 25-0 in the second quarter, he's not playing. Hoffman holds, kick on the way, off the upright, no good.
That will be off the upright, PAT no good.
As Walker is now 1 of 4 on PATs, 2 of them been blocked. 11-12 to go in the T7 Propane second quarter. Station on main scoreboard reads 25-0. You're listening to Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rebels football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Whether it's for your home, your ranch, your equipment, or your business, when you need propane, count on the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff. The safe and professional team at T7 Propane offers quality product and the most responsive propane service in the area, so you can enjoy the affordability, reliability, and efficiency of propane. For heating, cooking, grilling, motor fuel, and more, count on the team at T7 for your personal or business propane needs. 435-793-4208.
Welcome back to Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth as that Town of Woodruff kickoff lands at the 40-yard line where the returner is pushed backwards by a nice tackle there by Sam Leifson.
Almost got the tee to go as far as the kick.
As the Cougars will take over, ball on their own. See where they spot it. They're switching the ball out. Looks like the ball is going to be spotted
39 maybe?
39-yard line. I would agree. But you listen to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. Got a little mixed up as I was going to let you know that the Rich Rebels volleyball team at Richfield right now, they are currently waiting for the semifinals tomorrow at 10:30. We will have that game for you live on the radio. We will not have video coverage of it. We'll have radio coverage, though, on 98.3 FM, and you can still listen online at mylocalradio.com.
You can do what I do. I usually just watch the video and turn the sound off. And
Cougars come out with a quarterback in the shotgun. He's the lone player in the backfield. New quarterback for the Cougars. He's running for his life as 3 Rebels are all over him. And he tries to get it away, but he is unable to get the ball off. It's actually Duran Che, who is in the backfield. Tried to throw that with his left hand, but he was hauled down by a couple of Rebels, including number 60, that is Talon Pace, on the sack. That'll bring up second down in about 30. The ball has to get to the Cougar 49-yard line for a first down. Ball is placed on the 25. So closer to second down in about 25, we'll say. As Clyde's in the backfield, he throws. That ball swatted away. Good defensive play there from Colby Stokes. With 9:59 to go in the T7 Propane second quarter, the Cougars offense will face 3rd and 25 from their own 25-yard line, as the Rebels defense has been phenomenal today.
putting plenty of pressure on the quarterback, and that makes it difficult.
Once again, just because the score is 25-0 doesn't mean that there's not anything to play for if you are the Rebels backups. With that, we're going to get a timeout called by the Cougars. You're listening to the Bear Lake Community House Center presentation of Rich Rebels football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. We're going to go to the Gare Bear Fan Cam. Today's Fan Cam is brought to you by Bear Lake Realty and your broker at Bear Lake Realty, Gary McKee. Your home and real estate investment experts, whether you're looking for a beachfront property, a mountain retreat, year-round living, or investment properties, call Gary McKee at Bear Lake Realty. As you can see, some of the fans, it's not as packed as you would think it would be, but once again, you're sharing a crowd with the volleyball state finals. So I assume most of the family and friends of the volleyball players are in Richfield right now. So the fan cam, we still got some people out here. It's still a pretty decent crowd for the first ever 8-man playoff football game. As if you're Trey Walker, a little cool fact for Trey himself is that he scores the first ever 8-man playoff touchdown.
Making history every play.
You think Trey had that in mind when he got the ball?
I don't think so. I think he was looking for the end zone.
I don't think so either. We're going to go back to our live cam. It is third down and about 25 for the Cougars offense. A huge sack on the first play of the possession has the Cougars behind the sticks. They come out, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. It's Cly in the backfield. As he gets the snap, drops back, looks right, throws immediately, finds Hicks. Hicks is going to go forward for a couple of yards on the play. That's going to bring up 4th down as they ran a screen play there. This is Braden Gifford on the tackle. As we'll see what the Cougars decide to do. It looks like they're going to punt. They have Cly in the backfield, but he's also their quarterback, so you never know. They spread it out. Looks like the Cougars are going for it. Cly gets the snap. Looks to pass. Throws immediately. Has a man. Caught at the 35-yard line. Has to get to the 50 for a first down. Is hauled down out across the 40 to the 43. As that pass was completed to Duran Che. As that's going to be a turnover on downs. They got 17 on the play, needed 25.
I love the gamble and caught the Rebels off guard. Best offensive play they've had.
It was a nice play design. It was just unfortunate they were so far behind the sticks that they really couldn't do much. As the Rebels defense runs back out onto the field, I think they thought it was first down too because they did pass the original line of scrimmage stick. Deked us up out here in the press box as it was announced as a first down for the Cougars. Instead, there's an LSR refrigerated 1st and 10 from the Cougar 43-yard line as Holmes is under center. Excuse me, that's Grohl under center. Hands to the deep back. I think that was Maldonado.
I agree, yep.
He runs forward for actually got pushed back for a loss. They don't give him. maybe I don't know if the stick is lined up with the ball right now, but I don't think they gave him forward progress as he was pushed back a couple of yards. And that's where the ball is spotted. As 8:43 to go in the T7 Propane second quarter, the Rebels lead 25-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard over the Cougars. They face a 2nd down and 12 from the Cougar 44-yard line. Grohl under center. Maldonado is at fullback. They have a receiver to the right of the formation. They're going to hand to the deep back. That's Jarrett Mason. He is wrapped up immediately. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage.
I think you're seeing a lot of players in a lot of different roles that they're not normally used to.
Yeah, it keeps us on our toes up here as you kind of get into a lull where it's the same players in the same positions. Now we got to break out the rosters and try to piece together where everyone's playing right now, as Carter Grohl is under center as the quarterback.
Maldonado and Mason in the backfield with him.
Got Mason as the deep back, Maldonado the fullback. They have a receiver to each side of the formation. They're going to pitch it to Mason. Mason around the right side to the 45, to the 40. Makes a man miss across the 35 to the 30 before he's finally pushed out of bounds. Jarrett Mason picks up the first down. Good run there from Mason around the right side, and you have to give credit to the blockers. He wasn't touched till 5 yards down the field.
I think you can give 25 Leifson a little bit of a block on that seal on the right-hand side.
I don't know if you guys have ever heard Rob talk about his kid, but if Rob's giving compliments in the booth, must have been a great play.
It's nice to see him make a block.
It's like a solar eclipse. It's very seldom happens when it does.
7:20 to go in the T7 Propane second quarter. Of course, we're joking up here with Sam and Rob, but the JV kids have come out and they've played very well in the backup reps that they've gotten. As Carter Grohl comes out under center, they send Mason out as a receiver. Maldonado is the deep back. Maldonado never got set, so this play is going to be blown down as they throw it away.
Penalty on the play.
Yeah, you got a legal procedure.
A legal procedure on the Rebels.
They'll bring up 1st and 15.
Repeat first down.
See where they mark the ball, as it's going to be 1st and 15 from the 32-yard line of the Cougars.
Looks like Tony had a little bit of happy feet there in the backfield.
6:58 to go in the T7 Propane second quarter. 25-0 the Rebels over the Cougars. As they come out of the formation. Got a receiver to each side. They come out in the I formation. Carter Grohl under center. Maldonado is the fullback. Mason is the deep back. Grohl gets the snap, fakes the pitch, keeps it himself around the left side, makes a man miss, and he is wrapped up at the original line of scrimmage. He picks up 5. The ball will be spotted at about the 26-yard line, bringing up 2nd down and 11. With 6:33 to go in the T7 Propane second quarter.
I think the one that was the most surprising on that play was probably Carter Grohl, because he went to pitch and there was nobody in that position. So he took it and made a good play out of it.
So one thing the Rebels have done really good, I mean, there's obviously a lot of things, but they have turned their negative plays into positives really well, this second-team offense. Carter Grohl is the third quarterback to play under center for the Rebels today, as Grohl. He's under center. Maldonado is the fullback. They got 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Grohl's going to roll out to his right, looks to throw, pump fakes, has a man this time, underthrows, as it was number 88. That's Dylan Wasden, who was the intended target. That pass falls incomplete. 3rd down and 11 with 5:45 to go in the T7 Propane second quarter. What's one thing you want to see out of this second-team offense? We talked, if someone gets hurt on the first team or they need someone to fill in, this is your opportunity to show. What do you want to see out of these kids?
I want to see some polish, focus. I realize the score's not going to be close, but play it like you would a normal game.
Grohl comes out under center. I formation, receiver to each side. Fakes the handoff to Maldonado. I don't know if that was supposed to be a fake. Good job there by Grohl as he's wrapped up immediately to keep the ball, as there's good sportsmanship going on out there as they help him up. As 5:15 to go in the T7 Propane second quarter. It is 4th down in about 15. See what they decide to do.
You play against each other in practice all the time, but it's just a different feel when you're playing against somebody else. But you need to stay focused and run this as you normally would.
The Rebels look like they didn't have enough players on the field. They have a late man come in. That's Aiden Weston as he delivers the play. Play clock winding down as the Rebels got to hurry to the line. They come out with 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Actually, they're going to go 2 receivers each side as Grohl's under center. Grohl gets the snap. He's going to roll to the right. He's chased immediately. Makes a move. Falls back. Throws. Has a man. It's Mason, and he catches the ball. Jarrett Mason in between 3 defenders catches the ball down on one knee. Good concentration there from Mason. You love to see that from a senior getting some playing time in a not-so-close game. But Mason with great concentration there hauls that in as Carter Grohl had to just chuck it as he was being chased.
Tip drill all right there.
That'll bring up 1st and goal for the Rebels from the 8-yard line. What a play there from Jarrett Mason.
Probably one of his first receptions of the season, I would think.
I'd have to agree. But, I mean, if you're going to get 1, you might as well make it 1 over 3 guys, looking like Calvin Johnson there on the catch. Bring up 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Rebels offense comes out in the I formation. They have a receiver to the left of the formation, a tight end on the right. Carter Grohl under center, gets the snap. He's going to hand to Mason. Mason cuts up the middle to the goal line. He fumbles the ball as he was close to the goal line, picked up there by Che. Che's going to run out to about the 8-yard line. Another turnover for the Rebels offense.
Carter Grohl, number 1 on the tackle to save that one because that was going right down the sideline for 6 points.
You hate to see that. Jarrett Mason trying to give that extra effort to score a touchdown on the play. The ball comes out. I'm sure he'll get another opportunity at it, but here comes the Cougars offense. It's going to be 1st and 10 from their own 10-yard line. .329 to go in the T7 Propane second quarter. Rebels with 25-0 lead on the Station on Main scoreboard. Here comes the Cougars offense. They come out with Cly in the shotgun. They have 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Cly gets the snap, drops back, looks right, throws immediately. Caught there by Che, where he is tackled by number 6, Jet Holmes. Gain of about 4 on the play. Rather about 6 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 4 for the Cougars offense.
They've been trying to run that same play earlier in the game, but haven't had enough time for the quarterback to complete the throw.
Cly in the shotgun, 2 receivers to his right, drops back, throw, looks. Has a man on the near side just out of the fingertips of number 32. That's Shaden Fatt. Just misses the catch, as that would have been a 1st down for the Cougars. Wasden on the coverage. 2:59 to go in the T7 Propane second quarter. Rebels lead 25-0 over the Cougars. As Cly in the shotgun. 2 receivers to his right, 1 to the left. Gets the snap, fumbles it. The ball's on the ground. Able to pick it up, and he is tackled immediately. That'll be a loss of about 5 on the play. Good concentration there from Cly. That snap was high. That could have went over his head through the end zone. That could have been a safety, but Cly was able to knock it down with 1 hand. That'll bring up 4th down and 8, and we're going to get a timeout called by the Cougars. With 2:37 to go in the T7 Propane second quarter, the Rebels lead 25-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. You listen to Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Whether it's for your home, your ranch, your equipment, or your business, when you need propane, count on the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff. The safe and professional team at T7 Propane offers quality product and the most responsive propane service in the area, so you can enjoy the affordability, reliability, and efficiency of propane. For heating, cooking, grilling, motor fuel, and more, count on the team at T7 for your personal or business propane needs. 435-793-4208.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth. We're in the middle of the Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. 2:37 to go in the T7 Propane second quarter. It is 4th down and about 6 for the Cougars offense. They're backed up on their own 14-yard line. As you can hear the audible come on from downstairs, they announced a backyard football game score over the PA system, and apparently the loser captain didn't exactly like that. Here comes the Cougars offense. They're in punt formation. Rebels have Jet Holmes back at the 35 to field it. They're going to run a fake as it's Hicks, and he is going to be swallowed up there. That's a big tackle there by, looks like that was Easton Eborn who made the play.
Tackled by number 59, Easton Eborn.
Rebels will take over 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line, as that is another Town of Garden City turnover, the third of the game for the Rebels defense. As the Rebels are going to talk it over on the sideline, let's see who they send out. So it looks like Carter Grohl will play quarterback.
Looks like the Tabiona Tigers won in 4 sets, 3-1 over the Green River Pirates. So it will be the Tigers that we will meet our fellow region opponent tomorrow morning at 10:30 at the Volleyball State Championship.
A familiar opponent for the Rebels. I mean, I don't know if you want that or diswant that in the state tournament, but it's fun to see two teams that have gone at it quite a bit over the years in such a big stage, as we will see them tomorrow. As here comes the Rebels offense. It's Grohl under center. The deep back is number 9. That's Zenik Stocking. As the snap is fumbled, the ball's on the ground.
I think Grohl got back to it.
That'll be a loss of 1 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 11 with 2:05 to go in the T7 Propane second quarter. As the Rebels offense huddles up, they can pick up a first down on the way to the goal line at about the 3-yard line. As with 1:47 to go in the half, they get to the line of scrimmage. Grohl under center in the I formation. Grohl gets the snap. Hands it to the deep back. That's number 85, Aiden Weston. Makes a couple.
He got stripped.
Stripped, loses the ball as the Cougars are running it back the other way. That's number 32. Looks like that's Fat on the recovery. We got a flag on the play.
Number 16, Daniel Smith on the tackle, but I'm not sure what the flag is, but he just stripped that out of Aiden's hands.
They're going to get a flag at the area of the tackle as well. So we have 2 flags on the play. Rebels defense is on the field. Rebels defense is already out on the field. As we await the official signal. If I had to guess, the second penalty is a horse collar tackle, as Smith was the last line of defense doing everything he could to get to the back to the ground. Got a holding on the Rebels when they had the ball. That penalty is declined. And we're going to get a face mask against the Rebels as well.
2 penalties on the play, both on the Rebels.
It'll move the ball up 15 yards for the Cougars offense.
Face mask on the Rebels. That will result in a first down for the Cougars.
As the Cougars offense will take the field, 1:29 to go. See if they can muster something up before the half. Their last drive has probably been their best drive of the game, as they're able to move the ball just a little bit as they're getting final instructions from their coach on the sidelines. You hate to see it, though. The Rebels offense has turned the ball over twice. You hate to see turnovers from anyone, but in a 25-0 game when technically it's the JV players, it's not a big deal, but still 2 turnovers to add to the turnover margin, as the Rebels are +1 today.
The Cougars have had a pretty good passing game if they can give the quarterback enough time. And with that speed of Noah Perry and Trey Walker earlier in the game, didn't really have a chance to get many of those passes completed, but they've done better on the last couple of attempts.
Cougars offense hits the field. They have 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Cly is the deep back. They're actually going to send the receiver to the left, back over to the right, so it trips right. They're lined up in that formation where they have the receivers straight across the line. They send it back in motion. They're They're going to fake it to him. Cly will throw. Has a man dropped by Fat at the 45-yard line. He was open. Had some room to run, too. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the Cougar 37-yard line.
Well-designed play, just didn't hang on to it.
You expect to see a counter from that play eventually where they do give it on the reverse. Cly is the the quarterback, excuse me. They send a man in motion. This time they're actually going to hand to him. I called it as it's Atney. Atney is going to be swallowed up in the backfield by number 59, Eborn. That's a great play there. As looks like the Cougars are going to call timeout, but there's a flag on the far side. See what they call. Looks like they're yelling to the Rebels sideline to see what they want to do.
Hasn't given him any indication what the penalty was.
But it looks like he's having a conversation with Tyson Larson. We're going to legal formation as the players were lined 3 back. Maybe a player didn't come set. We didn't see what it was. But that was Atney on the carry. He lost about 6 on the play. That was a great play from Eborn. Defense is still playing hard despite the score, and you'd love to see that. 1:09 to go in the T7 Propane second quarter. Rebels with a 25-0 lead on the Station on Main scoreboard as the Cougars face a 3rd and 16 from their own 32-yard line. As Cly is the quarterback, he's in the pistol. They're going to hand to number 25. That's Jake. Jake is swallowed up in the backfield.
Raiden Lutz, number 12.
Nice play there from Lutz. Will bring up 4th down with 35 seconds to go in the T7 Propane second quarter. It is 4th and about 23 as the Cougars have to get the ball to their own 48 for a first down. Clock winding down under 20 seconds. Looks like the Cougars are going to go for it as Cly is in the pistol. Jake is the deep back. Cly looks right, looks to throw. He's going to air it out. Has a man incomplete as he just overthrew Che. As Che was open at deep downfield. With 6.1 seconds to go in the T7 Propane second quarter, the Rich Rebels defense forces another Town of Garden City turnover. As they will take over on offense with 6.1 to go. And you kind of expect here they're probably going to kneel this down.
I would hope so.
They're either going to kneel it down or run it into the line. As the Rebels offense, they only have 6 players on the field. Now they have 7.
And here comes the play.
Here comes the last kid. Grohl under center. Gets the snap. He's going to kneel it down, and that'll do it for us here in the T7 Propane second quarter. At the end of the first half, the Rich Rebels lead 25-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. You listen to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. When we come back, we'll have the Lutz Construction halftime show here on the Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Whatever brings you to Evanston, whether it's high school sports, a teaching conference, music festivals, speech and debate, or your job, always book your hotel reservations at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. With 165 ground-level rooms on 10 beautiful acres, the Best Western offers everything you need, including clean, comfortable rooms, a business office, workout room, and a full-service restaurant, plus a complimentary breakfast with every stay. Whenever you're in Evanston, make your hotel reservations with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn.
When you think about Bear Lake, think family, fun, fishing, beaches, boats, green, and great food. Think water, wildlife, trails, and shakes, snow, scenery, and sun. Think summer. Go to bearlake.org and plan your visit today. Visit Scenic Idaho.
At Rich School District, we believe that success motivates individuals, and every student is capable of learning. We believe an effective classroom facilitates learning. We believe in the development of lifelong learners, and we believe that a quality education makes a difference. Student involvement equals student success. Currently, 93% of Rich High students participate in extracurricular activities. Rich School District, providing a quality, well-rounded education for each student.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
You're invited to come in and visit with the team at Cache Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley today. Our customers are our friends. If you haven't ever been in, stop in today. We'd love to get to know you. If you haven't been in for a while, stop in and let's get caught up. And if you were here yesterday, come back again soon. You always have an open invitation to visit the crew at Cache Honda Yamaha, where our customers are our friends, on US 91 between Logan and Smithfield.
Try that again. Welcome to the Let's Construction halftime show. We are broadcasting from the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth. Let's Construction, premier commercial and residential excavation and landscaping. We dig Bear Lake. Find us at diglutzconstruction.com. When we come back, we'll have the Rich County Government first half highlights and the Ellingford Brothers Standout Student Spotlight interview with Casey Wilson, a junior at the with the semifinals bound Rich Rebel volleyball team. The score going into halftime on the Station on Main scoreboard is the Rebels 25, the Cougars 0. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Lutz Construction is a premier excavation and landscaping company with over 25 years of experience. Lutz Construction delivers quality results on commercial and residential projects in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. Lutz Construction sells everything you need for landscaping and offers a wide range of professional services like foundation digs and rock walls. For all your excavation and landscaping needs, call Lutz Construction. We dig Bear Lake. Visit diglutzconstruction.com.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth. We're in the middle of a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels football on 98.3 and online at mylocalradio.com. We're in the Let's Construction halftime show. It is time for our Rich County Government's it's time for our first half highlights brought to you by the Rich County Government. Rebels with a champion cause. And Rob, take it away.
Well, the Rebels strike early. Trey Walker goes 60 yards on the first offensive play for the touchdown and then adds the cherry on top with the extra point. A couple minutes later, Max Perry goes 30 yards for the touchdown. Unfortunately, the extra point is blocked. Jet Holmes takes over as quarterback, and right towards the end of the first quarter, he runs 31 yards for a touchdown. And again, the extra point is blocked. Drake Weston adds to the scoring total with a 21-yard run, and Trey Walker takes the extra point into the left upright and no good. So 1 for 4, but that leaves the score at halftime 25-0. I would say this is one of those times when a stat keeper has way too many blocks to try to keep everybody in there. Trey Walker obviously leads the Rebels with averaging 60 yards per carry, but he only has 1 carry. Jet Holmes has 2 carries for 50 yards, and Drake Weston 2 carries for 34. as far as the passing game is concerned, Carter Hoffman did not attempt to pass in the first half, but Carter Grohl was 1 for 3 and Jet Holmes was 3 for 4. As far as the Cougars are concerned, I would say their highlight would be getting the passing game going a little bit in that second quarter. As long as their quarterback has a little bit of time, he's thrown the ball really well.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It's just been the Rebels' defensive line on defense. They've dominated. And 8-man football, it is hard to protect the quarterback. That is the one thing that I kind of forgot about going from 8-man to 11-man, is you only have 3 linemen. If they play 3 defensive linemen and blitz 1 linebacker, you have 3 linemen to block 4 people. Although you have an advantage offensively in the backside of the play, but it's going to be tough to get that play off, as the Rebels have shown if you can get to the quarterback in 8-man football, it makes it a lot harder. The first half highlights today have been brought to you by the Rich County Government, Rebels with a championship cause. Coming up next, we'll visit with the Ellingford Brothers Standout Student of the Week. That is Casey Wilson, a setter for the semifinal-bound Rich Rebel volleyball team. Ellingford Brothers. For all your sand, gravel, cement, and steel fabrication needs, call Ellingford Brothers in Evanston, 307-789-1515. Score at halftime on the Station on Main scoreboard is the Rebels 25, the Cougars 0. You're listening to the Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Quality is the one thing that you can always count on when you do business with Ellingford Brothers in Evanston. Whether you're looking for strong, high-quality cement for construction, sand and gravel for road base, a cement trough or critter ladder for your livestock, or steel fabrication including custom towing packages, bumpers, and other vehicle accessories, you always get high-quality products and friendly, knowledgeable service at Ellingford's. Stop in today, 199 County Road, Evanston.
I'm with Jaden Desch, and he's our Standout Student of the Week interview this week. Jaden, how you doing?
Pretty good.
So this is your first year at Rich High School. How are you? I'm with Casey Wilson. She's our Ellingford Brothers Standout Student of the Week this week. And Casey, it's a big weekend for you guys coming up. You got to be excited, right?
Yes, I'm so excited.
So what about this team is the most fun? Is you guys seem like you've come together as a group, and you guys have played a really tough schedule, but you've done very well.
We have really came together as a team throughout like this summer and throughout the school year. I think we've really came together and really got close as like a team and became really good friends. So
it's the end of the season coming up. I mean, obviously you're excited for the state tournament, but you're kind of bummed that's the end of the volleyball season. But what's going to get you guys through this next week?
I think if we practice really, really hard and we all put 110% effort into each practice and get what we want out of it, I think it'll really help us.
So basketball season's right around the corner after volleyball season. You don't want to look too far ahead because obviously big weekend coming up, but are you excited about the winter semester and the winter sports starting up soon?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I think it'll be fun.
So what are some of your academic goals for the rest of the year? You're a junior, so you have a couple semesters left. What are some of your academic goals the rest of the way?
I really want to graduate with my associate's degree and graduate with my CNA to become a pediatric nurse.
Wow, you really do have that planned out.
Yeah.
What do you do in your spare time? I know you don't get a lot of spare time because of sports, but what do you do in your off time?
I love hanging out with my family. We go shed hunting a lot, so we go find deer horns and stuff like that, so that's really fun.
What's a hidden talent that you have?
Let's see. I love to create things, so I like to draw and paint things. So
if the world were to know one thing about Casey Wilson, what would that be?
That I work hard at everything that I do.
This has been the Standout Student Interview sponsored by Ellingford Brothers. For all your cement, sand, gravel, and steel fabrication needs, call Ellingford Brothers in Evanston, 307-789-1515. We want to thank Casey Wilson for being a part of today's halftime show. You listen to the Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Lutz Construction is a premier excavation and landscaping company with over 25 years of experience. Lutz Construction delivers quality results on commercial and residential projects in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. Lutz Construction sells everything you need for landscaping and offers a wide range of professional services like foundation digs and rock walls. For all your excavation and landscaping needs, call Lutz Construction. We dig Bear Lake. Visit diglutzconstruction.com.
There's nothing better than a yummy, delicious cheeseburger. Except maybe if you add a large raspberry shake and tater tots that are cooked to perfection with just a little extra crunch. That's what you get with every burger at the Crawford Trough in Randolph. There's a full menu to choose from, filled with delicious options that will tickle your taste buds every time. But when you find yourself craving a burger, always choose Crawford Trough. Nothing else compares. The Crawford Trough in Randolph. Stop in today.
Success doesn't come by accident. Success requires hard work, perseverance, learning, sacrifice, and believing in yourself. Eddie and Todd Jensen established the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho on these very principles. The students, staff, athletes, and coaches at Rich High School value these same fundamentals in education and activities, in athletics, and in life. Good luck, Rebels, from Mound Valley Cattle Company, serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of 6,300 feet, with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that is one reason why the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, a value for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Sim Bell and the town board, Melanie Lim, Clay Barker, Brandon Hatch, and Frank Sano, support the Rich Rebels and hope that you can come back often.
Pam Cornea with Town & Country Realty in beautiful Bear Lake enthusiastically supports the Rich High Rebels.
After all, I raised 4 of them, from football, basketball, wrestling to volleyball. I supported them all. I bleed blue.
The Caribbean of the Rockies, Bear Lake, offers a variety of activities in every season. Pam would love to assist you in finding your own Bear Lake retreat. Call her today, 435-779-0012.
Every person added together makes a community great. Rich County, Utah is filled with individuals that are kind, hardworking, and filled with integrity. We're proud of our children and understand that they have the capacity to make the world a better place. Showing support for every student at Rich High School fosters a healthy community. The Rich County Commissioners, clerk, and citizens of our community say good luck to the Rich Rebels today and every day. Go Rebels!
Welcome back to Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth. We're in the middle of a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. We got 35 seconds left on the initial clock in halftime. We'll see if the refs put more time on the clock. But we are about set for the town of Randolph, third quarter. Home of the Rebels. Good luck for Mayor Sim Bell, council members Melanie Lamb, Frank Sano, Brandon Hatch, Clay Barker, and Clerk April Grohl, as we are a couple seconds away from the town of Woodruff kickoff. We're actually 3 minutes away, as they're going to have 3 minutes added to the clock, as they're going to allow the players to warm up a little extra, as it's kind of cold outside.
I don't think it's quite made 50 degrees today.
Yeah, you'd hate to see someone tear a hamstring because they didn't get a chance to warm up coming out of halftime, as it is 25-0 on the station on main scoreboard. And if you're the Rebels, I think the goal for the rest of this game is let's just get out of it healthy. Let's not have any big injuries. Let's play clean football. Don't get dirty. If I don't foresee Monument Valley. It seems like there's been a lot of really good sportsmanship here, as every time the Cougars have tackled a Rebel, they are the first ones to pick them up. So I don't think there's going to be any extracurricular stuff like that. But if it does come down to it, if you're the Rebels, you cannot get involved because you have next week. You don't want to be suspended for next week.
No, I've been impressed. We talked about it before. This is a chance to teach some class, and that's Rebel history, in my opinion. Back when you can go back to Ralph Johnson as the coach, or Jerry Holmes, Justin Grohl. That's Rebel football. You're going to play with class, and I like the way they've approached this game. You knew coming in that it was not going to be a tough battle, so let's work on some things that we need to maybe get some kinks out and polish things up a little bit as you get ready for next week's game.
Seeing some players that we might not usually see in the varsity game, as the first team offense came out, they did their job. They scored 2 touchdowns on 2 plays. And from there on, it's been almost, I don't want to say it's been the entire JV roster, but it's been a lot of the players that usually play JV, and they came out and they performed pretty well too.
I'll be interested to see what the coaches do if they want to put the starter varsity back on the field for maybe one possession. You get the kickoff to start the third quarter, so maybe let them run the first offensive possession and then go from there.
As we're about a minute away from the town of Woodruff kickoff, both teams look like they're taking the field. And if the players that are surrounding, looks like that's Coach Perry on the field, are going to go out on the field, looks like we're going to have our first team kick return out there. As there's Noah Perry, Trey Walker, I believe that's Jaden Desch on the far side as well. Probably see Max as well out there. We will. And the Rebel 8 are Carter Hoffman, Jaden Desch, Levi Stonehouse, Noah Perry,
Carson Muirbrook.
Carson Muirbrook, as we're trying to figure out the number. As deep for the Rebels are Max Perry on the right, Trey Walker on the left, as they are lined up at their own 10-yard line. As we'll see the kicking game for the first time for the Cougars today. As it'll be Clyde to kick for the Cougars. He does pretty much everything for this team.
He's their Swiss Army knife, I think.
I was going to say, he's a busy guy.
And he's played well today.
He's also kicking left-footed. He approaches the ball, and they're going to go for an onside kick. Off the hands of a Rebel, and good effort there from Weston as he falls on the ball at the 39-yard line. The Cougars, they got what they wanted on the onside kick. They got the high hop over the first line, but just good effort there from Weston to keep it alive. And here comes the Rebels offense. It is the first-team offense.
And that went right through the hands of Jaden Desch. That was exactly what you wanted. Had your chance for it.
Yeah, that high hop. That was a great kick by Clyde. You gave your team the opportunity to go get the ball. They're just a couple seconds late as the Rebels line up. They have the ball on the 39-yard line. Carter Hoffman under center. Noah Perry, the fullback. Looks like Max Perry's the deep back. You might have to switch that as they're going to hand to the deep back. It's Noah Perry. Perry around the right side, out to the 50, out across the 40. Has one man to beat to the 30, and he's going to run out of bounds at about the 27-yard line. Noah Perry with a big run to start the half. A 40-yard gain brings up 1st and 10 for the Rebels offense. Now let's refrigerated 1st and 10 as the ball will be spotted on the 27-yard line.
Shout out to J.J. Chandler, number 73. How many times do you see your offensive lineman that far down the field?
The Rebels offensive line, especially on this first team, they've done a very good job blocking. I mean, the first team offense only ran 3 plays. As Hunter Pace is going to come out under center for the Rebels as Carter Hoffman comes off the field.
We talked about that during halftime, that we might see Hunter. I think it's a good chance to give him a couple reps and maybe shake off a little bit of the dust.
11:43 to go in the town of Randolph, third quarter. Station on main scoreboard reads 25-0 Rebels over the Cougars as the Rebels come out. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right as Trey Walker is trying to find the right place to go. Max Perry is the lone back in the backfield. Pace under center as Hunter Pace is ready for his first snap of the game. Gets the snap, drops back to pass, looks to his left. He's going to throw. Has a man open, underthrows him, but a nice catch there by Levi Stonehouse. He comes back to the ball. That'll be enough for a LSR refrigerated 1st and 10 as Stonehouse catches the ball at the 5, goes down immediately. And with 11:31 to go in the town of Randolph third quarter, the Rebels face a 1st and goal from the 7-yard line.
He needed just a little bit more under that, and Stonehouse would have been in the end zone, but good adjustment on the ball once it was in the air by Levi.
If he throws that to the pylon,
outside, yeah,
that's a touchdown. But you got to remember, Hunter Pace hasn't played a single snap today, so that's his first snap making a pass. That's a tough ask of a kid standing on the sideline, especially on a cold day. As the Rebels offense, they have 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Pace in the shotgun. Max Perry is the back in the backfield. Pace gets the snap, looks right, comes back left, throws. That's going to be knocked down by Che. That's a good play. He was looking for Noah Perry as he was running a slant route. That'll bring up 2nd down and goal from the 7-yard line.
I like to see Hunter be able to throw a couple balls. But we just jinxed him because here comes Carter Hoffman.
Yeah, it's good to see Hunter get out on the field, especially after a neck injury. That's really scary. And he looks no worse for wear about it. I mean, he looked confident in the pocket. Just a couple of throws that were a little off, but once again, he's been standing on the sideline all game. It's not really – it's a big ask to come out and throw a 35-yard post route when you haven't played yet. As here comes the Rebels offense, it's Carter Hoffman under center, Max Perry the fullback, Noah Perry the deep back, a receiver to each side. They hand to Noah Perry. Noah Perry is going to rumble forward. He's hauled down as he picks up 3 yards on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and goal from the 3-yard line.
Number 25, Trayman Jake for the Cougars on the tackle.
See what the Rebels draw up here as they face a 3rd down in goal from the 5-yard line.
One of the things, again, we talked about on 8-man, you get that corner and you've got an open lane, but Cougars shut that down.
Comes Hoffman. He's under center. Max Perry is the lone back. Hoffman rolls to his right, looks back left, throws to the back corner of the end zone. Stonehouse jump ball. Nice play there defensively from Joshua Hicks as he knocks it away. That'll bring up 4th down and goal from the 5-yard line, and we'll see what the Rebels decide to do here.
Got a chance to try your field goal kicking team?
As here comes Jaden Desch. He's going to replace Stonehouse. Doesn't look like they're going to kick the field goal. He doesn't have the block. As the Rebels offense, they're going to go for it with 10-10 to go in the town of Randolph, 3rd quarter. They lead 25-0 on the station on main scoreboard. They come out 2 receivers to each side. Carter Hoffman will be in an empty backfield once he gets the snap. He's going to roll forward, finds a hole, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. As Carter Hoffman did a good job there, hiding behind his center, and when that hole opened up, he pounced. And with that, the Rebels now lead 31-0, on the station on main scoreboard, with 9:53 left to go in the town of Randolph, 3rd quarter. As here comes the Rebels kicking team, they're going to try something new. It looks like they're spread out a little more across the line. See if they can slow the pass rush down a little bit, as they've had 3 kicks blocked, as Carter Hoffman will hold for the Rebels. Gets the snap, hold down, kick good on the way, and it appears that widening out the lineman worked as Trey Walker makes the extra point attempt. 32-0 on the station on main scoreboard. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. Rebels with the lead as we go to a break. We'll be right back after this.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of 6,300 feet, with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that is one reason why the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, a value for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Sim Bell and the town board, Melanie Lim, Clay Barker, Brandon Hatch, and Frank Sano, support the Rich Rebels and hope that you can come back often.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth. We're in the middle of Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. Jaden Desch with the town of Woodruff kickoff, teed up, and he releases it as that ball will land at about the 12-yard line, fielded there by number 32, Fat. He's going to go around the right side, makes a move, and he is swallowed up near the 24-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Cougars. They're actually going to give him the 29-yard line, as it'll be 1st and 10 for the Cougars offense from their own 29. As they found a little bit of a rhythm as the half ended. They were able to run a couple more plays, and they were able to complete a few passes that were for positive gains. And for the Cougars offense right now, down 32, you need as much positive as you can get on offense if you have any designs of winning this game. They huddle up with 9:28 to go in the town of Randolph, 3rd quarter. You listen to Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rebels football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. I am Aaron Poling, along with my broadcast partner, Rob Leifson. Cougars come out with 3 receivers in a line on the left side of the formation. They throw right away as it's caught. Rebels are going to sniff that out and make a great play there in the backfield, as that was Easton Eborn.
Yep.
As Eborn's had quite a game as he's come in, and he's really impressed in his time as he's made quite a few great plays.
Yeah, we came out with the first-string varsity matchup on the offense, but you've got a second-string JV squad, looks like they're on defense.
We bring up 2nd and 12 for the Cougars on their own 27-yard line. They're going to line up with the line to the left this time as Clyde is in the backfield. They got a tight end on the right side of the formation. Clyde gets the snap, drops back to pass. Look, throws immediately, and that ball is going to bounce into the hands of number 17. That's Atney.
Just a little short on that one.
Once again, the pass rush forcing the quarterback to move their feet and try to throw while he's backpedaling. That's not an easy throw, but if he hits Atney there, they have an opportunity to pick up a pretty good play on that play as they come out in the same formation. The line's to the left. Clyde gets the snap. He's going to roll out. He's going to run up the middle as he makes a couple of players miss, keeps going. Clyde keeps his legs moving before he is tackled hard there by Carter Stokes, as that'll bring up third down as that'll bring up fourth down and about 4 for the Cougars offense. Good effort there from Clyde to keep his legs moving as he made a couple men miss.
Had him in the backfield, but he got away.
Looks like the Cougars are going to go for it. They line up with the same formation. They have a straight line, 3 players in a successive line on the left side of the formation. Clyde gets the snap, looks to throw over the middle. That pass is bobbled and caught by Che. Good concentration there from Che. That'll be enough for a Cougars first down as the ball will be spotted on the 50-yard line with a chance to get into Rebel territory for the first time today. And we talked about the Cougars offense. They picked up some momentum at the end of the half. As they come out in that line again, they have 3 receivers to the right as Clyde gets the snap. Drops back to throw. Pump fakes a couple times. He's going to keep it. Runs around the left side to about the 45. Stiff arms a man to the ground as he keeps rumbling forward to the 40.
Clyde on the keeper.
Don't tell Clyde that they're down 32 as he's keeping his legs moving.
Another Cougar first down.
As they will spot the ball on the Rebel 40-yard line. First time the Cougars have been in Rebel territory this year. This game. As they come out in that line formation again, they got 3 receivers on the right side, all in a straight line. Clyde stands on his 45, gets the snap, looks to the right, throws, has a man caught at the line of scrimmage, but he's going to be tackled immediately as Atney makes the catch at the 40, and he is wrapped up by a couple of Rebels there.
Carter Grohl and Jet Holmes.
7:13 to go in the town of Randolph, third quarter. Rebels with a 32-0 lead on the Station on Main scoreboard, with the Cougars have the ball on the Rebel 40-yard line, 2nd and 10. This is easily their best drive of the game, as Clyde is really showing what he can do with his legs as he's in the backfield. Gets the snap, looks to his right, throws on the run. That ball is nearly intercepted, caught there again by Atney, but he is wrapped up immediately as the Rebels sniff it out. That's number 54. That's Braden Gifford. Great play there from the senior. 6:38 to go in the town of Randolph, third quarter. Cougars face a 3rd and 9.
Jet Holmes, number 6, went for the pick, but just a little bit over his head.
Cougars in the same formation. They have 3 receivers lined up on the right. As I think one of the receivers fell, but they're not going to call it. As a throw across the middle nearly hits the umpire as Clyde was running as he was being chased by number 16. That's Daniel Smith. A couple of Rebels there applying the pressure to throw back across the field. Nearly hits the official, falls incomplete. 4th down and 10 for the Cougars.
The official was wide open. I don't know why he didn't catch that.
I thought he had it.
Looked like they were trying to run like a little crossing route pick with the official. As the Cougars come out, 3 receivers to the right. Clyde pressured. He's going to run for it. Cuts back at the 45-yard or the 35-yard line. Rumbles forward to about the 30. I think he's got enough. Clyde using his legs to pick up first downs for the Cougars. And seeing the impressive running ability, maybe I think they should put the ball on Clyde's legs a little more, as he's been able to really march the ball down the field for the Cougars as they come out in the shotgun. Ball is snapped. Player gets off the field late on time as a pass is complete to number 12, Hicks, as he breaks a tackle, and then he's wrapped up there by Sam Leifson, as that will be a 4-yard gain. Nice play there from Leifson to wrap up the ball carrier.
We're bringing Daniel Smith from the outside on there. He's putting a lot of pressure on the quarterback, but able to sneak away to the right.
2nd down and 6 for the Cougars offense as Clyde in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the right. Gets the snap, rolls right, throws immediately, And that ball is knocked away by Leifson, but he may have been there a smidge early, according to the official. As it looks like we're going to get pass interference against the Rebels. They do indeed call pass interference as the defender got there just a split second early. With 5:12 to go in the town of Randolph, third quarter, the Cougars are marching the ball down the field. That'll be 1st and 10 from the Rebel 14-yard line. As Cly comes out in the shotgun. Same formation that they've ran almost exclusively. As Cly gets the snap, blitzed immediately, makes a move in the backfield. Has a lot of space in front of him, turns back, throws, has a man open, Che wide open. He falls to a knee, catches it, touchdown Cougars. As good effort there from Cly to escape the pocket where Che was open across the field. He finds him for the 14-yard touchdown pass. Rebels now lead 32-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard.
Looks like they're going to go for 2.
As that's
Yeah, I'm going to huddle it back up.
That's an impressive drive there from the Cougars coming out of halftime in their first drive. As Cly really showed off his athletic abilities. You get him in some space, he's a pretty good athlete. He can make some players miss.
And once again, the 8-man, you make one person miss, you've got an open space.
They reset the play clock as Cly comes out in the under center. As they got 2 receivers right, they got 5 men on the line of scrimmage. Cly gets the snap. Looks like he's going to scramble forward. He fell to his knees when he got the snap, so that play will be dead.
Failed 2-point conversion.
As the Cougars are unable to convert on the 2-point conversion. With that, you listen to Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. We'll be back after this.
At Rich School District, we believe that success motivates individuals, and every student is capable of learning. We believe an effective classroom facilitates learning. We believe in the development of lifelong learners, and we believe that a quality education makes a difference. Student involvement equals student success. Currently, 93% of Rich High students participate in extracurricular activities. Rich School District, providing a quality, well-rounded education for each student.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth. We have a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. As we come back to the booth, 4:19 to go in the town of Randolph, third quarter. Rebels lead 32-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. As the Cougars put together their best drive right there, scoring a touchdown. They're going to kick it. Last time they tried to onside kick. They do the same. It hits Jaden Desch, but Carter Hoffman's able to fall on it. Good anticipation there from Hoffman as Desch tried to get out of the way, but it bounced up his leg. Hoffman's able to fall on it. Rebels will take over at their own 43-yard line, 1st and 10.
We got to get Desch to play a little bit more dodgeball in PE.
We do. It is 1st and 10 for the Rebels as we'll see what offense takes the field. They have 3 players on the field right now. As it looks like it's going to be Carter Grohl or Jet Holmes under center for the Rebels as we bring out the second string unit. 4:19 to go in the town of Randolph. Third quarter. Rebels will get the ball 1st and 10 from their own 48-yard line. Or excuse me, 43-yard line.
Looks like you got Caden Nelson and Colby Stokes on the front line.
Jet Holmes comes out under center in the I formation. Gets the snap. Fakes to Grohl. Holmes is going to go around the left side. Pitches at the last second to Weston as Drake Weston makes a nice catch. Good pitch there from Holmes. That gives the Rebels an extra 10 yards on the play as Holmes was wrapped up. Weston runs the ball out to about the 35-yard line where the Rebels will have a 1st and 10. That's an LSR refrigerated 1st and 10. As the Rebels come back to the 50-yard line to huddle. They're about 15 yards from the line of scrimmage.
maybe the jog will keep them warm.
Do you think the head official there is listening in on the huddle? They're huddled up right next to the head official as the Rebels offense comes out. They break the huddle. They have 2 receivers, 1 on each side of the formation. They have a back in the backfield and a tight end on the right side of the line of scrimmage. Holmes is going to throw a swing pass to Grohl. Grohl is going to dive forward for about a yard and a half, maybe a yard as the Rebels will face 2nd and 10, as that's good defense there from Monument Valley as they sniffed out the swing pass and made a great play with the defensive lineman.
Yeah, good coverage by the Cougars on that one. Easton Eborn's the other lineman we got up front for this JV offense.
Bring up 2nd and 10 from the Cougar 35-yard line. The ball has to get to the 25 for a first down. As the Rebels come out with a tight end on the right side of the formation. They've got 2 receivers and 1 back in the backfield. Holmes in the shotgun. Gets the snap. He's going to throw on the move to Lutz. Lutz makes a man miss at the 35. Keeps going. Nearly drops the ball. Is able to hold on to it. Keeps going. Takes a licking from Che.
Lutz on the reception.
As Che, as soon as he pops him, stands right over to pick him up. And that's what I mean at halftime. I don't think we're going to get any of the extracurriculars because Che absolutely laid the wood on Lutz, but he was there to pick him up. That's enough for a 1st and 10 for the Rebels as the ball will be spotted on the 24-yard line.
Good catch by Lutz. And, again, 8-man. You make a couple people miss, and you turn a 2-yard reception into a 10-yard gain.
It was an eventful reception for Lutz as he makes the catch, and it looked like the ball was sliding out on him. He was able to re-grip it, and as soon as he did, he ran into Che, and Che laid the hammer down there as they come out with the shotgun formation. They got 2 backs in the backfield on either side of Jet Holmes. They get the snap. They drop back to pass. Throw to the right. Have a man open. It's caught at looks like at about the 15-yard line. He scampers across to about the 13. That is Smith on the reception. That's good enough for another LSR refrigerated 1st and 10. Good pass there from Holmes as he hit him on the numbers.
Yeah, I've seen that play in the JV games several times. Smith's become one of his favorite receivers.
It's 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line. Rebels can pick up a first down at the 14 on the way to the goal line. As they huddle up, ball placed on the right hash as Holmes in the I formation under center. Grohl is the front back as Leifson is the deep back. They snap, hand it to Leifson. Leifson's got some space, hits the hole, makes a couple men miss, and he's wrapped up at about the 5-yard line. See where they mark it. They drop the sticks on the far side. I don't know if that's close enough for a first down. It is actually 4 yards short, as it'll bring up 2nd and 4 with 1:55 to go in the town of Randolph. 3rd quarter, Rebels lead 32-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard as they are marching the ball down the field. See what the Rebels come up with here on 2nd down. They break the huddle. They send 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Jet Holmes is in an empty backfield in the shotgun. Holmes gets the snap, looks left. He's going to keep it himself, and he's going to scamper into the end zone for a touchdown, as that'll make the score 38-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard as Holmes gets the snap, runs it in from 5 yards out.
Going to bring in the varsity kicking team, a little bit more practice on the extra point. We'll see if the adjustments they made last time work again.
Last time, if you weren't with us, they spread the offensive line out on the snap, so that way there's not as much room on the ends to run around and get to the extra point attempt. It also looks like they're backed up a couple yards on the PAT. Carter Hoffman and Trey Walker are from where you'd usually kick it. As Hoffman gets the snap, holds good, kick on the way, as Trey Walker gets that ball super elevated through the air, through the uprights, and it is good. We have a 39-6 game on the Station on Main scoreboard, and with that, you listen to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. We're going to go to the 3rd quarter fan cam, the Gary Bear fan cam. We've got some jumping jacks going on underneath, as you can see on the fan cam.
Looks like you got Jazzy Chandler and Mika Anderson. And
isn't Jazzy Chandler supposed to be in a boot?
yeah, she's got that off.
Okay.
Cammie Dotson leading the way. Looks like you got Addie Carrillo, Katharina Smith in there.
The Gary Bear fan cam is brought to you by Bear Lake Realty and broker Gary McKee. Whether you're looking for a summer home, a place to live year-round, or investment properties, call the experts at Bear Lake Realty. Call Gary McKee today at 435-946-8888 as we go back to the live cam. As we have 1:19 to go in the town of Randolph, third quarter, the Rebels lead on the Station on Main scoreboard, 39-6. As Ebron's kick is a good one, as that ball will land at about the 20-yard line where it's fielded by Hicks. Hicks makes a move back up the middle, and he is swallowed up by the Rebels special teams. And that's where the Cougars will take over as he gets the ball back to the 24-yard line where the Cougars will take over 1st and 10.
Better luck next time, Volkswagen. Better luck next time.
Cougars offense after that pretty impressive drive last possession. Let's see what they can do here. They came out a lot with that. I call it a line formation. I don't know what they call it, but they lined 3 receivers up like you're standing in line in elementary school, and it was pretty effective last possession. As they break the huddle.
Along with Clyde's legs, that was probably the biggest key to that drive last time for the touchdown.
They're going to split 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Clyde's on the shotgun. Clyde gets the snap. Low snap. Good catch there. Rolls. Throws over the middle. And that is broken up by Jet Holmes as Atney was the intended receiver. Holmes got there as the ball got there. He made the play. 2nd and 10 for the Cougars offense on the 24-yard line, or 26-yard line. Is that something they like to do, like that drag route over the middle where the umpire is? And if you can make that catch and use the ump as a little bit of a pick, there's a lot of running room after the catch. 59 seconds to go in the town of Randolph, third quarter. They come out 2 receivers to the right, or excuse me, the left, 1 to the right. They send Hicks in motion. Clyde gets the snap. Drops back to throw, looks to his right, throws, has Hicks. That ball is caught at the 30-yard line. Makes a man miss. That's going to be enough for a first down as he rumbles out to the 40-yard line. Hicks made a player miss right after catching the ball. And with that, that's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Cougars with 48.1 to go in the town of Randolph, third quarter. Jet Holmes a couple of times. He's seen the ball in the air. I think he's trying to go for the pick with the empty backfield in front of him. It'd be a pick his jersey number, pick 6, as Holmes comes flying in late. But Hicks was able to make the catch, make a miss, and he picks up the first down. As they come out with 2 receivers to the right, they send Hicks in motion again. Clyde gets the snap, rolls to his left, spins back, spins right into the hands of number 56. That is Kason Huffaker. And Huffaker picks up the sack as relentless on the pass rush the Rebels were that time. That's going to bring up 2nd down and about 22. But not before the horn sounds for the end of the town of Randolph, third quarter. You listen to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. We'll be back after this.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
Freeway Tire offers a nationwide service protection plan that covers service parts and labor on select systems, keeping your vehicle on the road. Plus, it includes coverage for towing, lockout service, flat tire changing, fuel, oil, and water delivery service, and jump starts. Knowing that your vehicle is covered at over 50,000 dealer locations nationwide provides that peace of mind wherever you are. Get the details. Visit Freeway Tire and ask about the service protection plan. Freeway Tire, 217 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth. We're in the middle of a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. We are about to start the Bear Lake Realty fourth quarter. As this quarter is sponsored by Bear Lake Realty and broker Gary McKee. As it'll be 2nd and 22 for the Cougars offense after a great play there from Jackson Huffaker to end the third quarter.
Cason Huffaker,
excuse me.
Had Jeremy Garcia, number 62, chasing him down as well, that I think helped make that sack happen.
As the Cougars come out with that line formation to the left, it's Cly. Under center, gets the snap in the shotgun. He's going to run as he's out across the 30 to the 35. Ball comes loose, but Cly's able to fall on it. He's able to get back to the 38-yard line as it'll be 3rd and 12 for the Cougars. As Sam Leifson makes the play.
Cly with a good recovery on that as the ball went to the turf.
They were facing 2nd and 22. Now they're facing 3rd and 12. That's a great play from Clyde to make it a more, I'm not going to say manageable third down because 3rd and 12 is still hard, but it's a lot better than 3rd and 17 as they come out in the line formation to the left. 3 receivers on the left side. Cly in the shotgun. Gets the snap. Cly looks to throw. Drops back. Is swatted. Makes a man miss. Drops back. Throws. Ball's in the air. Jet Holmes gets his interception as he catches at the 50. Out across the 40 to the 30. Heading straight for the sideline. Cuts it back upfield to the 10. To the 5. Makes a man miss. Jet Holmes. Pick 6 for the kid wearing number 6. As that'll make the score on the Station on main scoreboard. 45-6. Rebels with the lead.
Once again, you had pressure from the outside. Daniel Smith, number 16, makes Cly have to do a little bit of scrambling. He just put that ball up in the air. Jet Holmes playing center field, makes the catch, takes it to the house.
As the Rebels look like they're going to send.
It's like the JV squad coming in for the extra point. Daniel Smith has kicked in the JV game before successfully, so it looks like they're going to give him a try here. No, looks like we're going for 2.
It's going to be Grohl under center. Come out in the I formation, receiver to each side. Grohl gets the snap. Hands to Leifson as he's playing the fullback. Leifson scampers around the outside into the end zone for a 2-point conversion. Rebels lead 47-6. You listen to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. With 10:58 to go, the Rebels lead 47-6. We'll be right back after this.
So this is the reserve at Bear Lake, most beautiful place in the world. Come here and find out how you can buy your own Airbnb property and help pay for itself, or just come here and enjoy a second home. Sports courts, pools, hot tubs, access to 200 miles of mountain trails. Brand new homes now starting at $600,000. Quarter shares starting at $250,000. Would like you to invite you to be part of that. Call Gary McKee at Bear Lake Realty at 435-946-8888.
I don't know if you caught it before we went to break, but Jazzy Chandler and Mika Anderson were doing the push-ups down here, trying to get ready for girls wrestling season, I guess.
That's impressive. I'm not doing 47 push-ups. But you're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. The town of Woodruff kickoffs away, received by Hicks at the 25-yard line. Makes a couple players miss. Only gets to the 30. Good job there by the Rebels special teams as Hicks gets to the 31. As it's a 6-yard return, tackle on the play by Leifson, who's had a pretty decent half.
Maybe except for that PI.
You make one mistake and your dad never forgets.
Yeah, I watched basketball at Bear Lakes one time, and Dallin was playing Little League. You're like, nice moving screen, Dallin.
10:50 to go as they're sharing stories of Rob being hard on his kids up here in the booth. 10:43 to go in the Bear Lake Realty fourth quarter. Rebels lead 47-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Let's see what the Cougars can do offensively as clock is running, as we are officially in running clock territory as the Rebels lead by 36. Cougars will approach the line of scrimmage. They're going to send 3 players to the right as there we go, Che comes to the line. It looked like they're going to have Clyde be a offensive lineman. He lines up under center. They're going to hand it off, and that's going to go nowhere as the Rebels defense swallows it up in the backfield. All 3 defensive linemen in on the play as that. It looks like it's Huffaker, Grohl, and
I think that's Easton Eborn.
Easton Eborn as well. There was quite a few Rebels around that play. They made a great play defensively.
Jack Wakefield, number 75, in there as well. Trying to get a middle number.
It's got a 5.
You got Ethan Clarkson playing the linebacker slot.
Rebels have done a good job rotating players in and out of this game, whether it be the first team or the second team as Clyde gets the snap. They're in the pistol formation. He is under pressure as Clarkson's there to wrap him up and throw him down at the 15-yard line.
Ethan Clarkson on the sack.
And there you see the class again helping him back up after the sack.
As Jack Wayfield there to help him up. That'll bring up 3rd down and about 27 for the Cougars.
Cade Nelson is the number 50 in the middle.
Cougars to get a first down have to get the ball all the way to their 41-yard line. They are currently spotted on the 19. 8:44 to go in the Bear Lake Realty fourth quarter. Rebels lead 47-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard as we are in the first ever 8-man playoff football game here in the UHSAA. As Clyde comes out in the shotgun, he has a tight end on the right side of the formation. They motion him back to the backfield. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Clyde drops back to pass. He is going to be swallowed up there. Once again, that's Easton Eborn. And Eborn has had quite a game, as I think that's at least his 2nd sack of the ball game. And with 8:07 to go in the town of 8:07 to go in the Bear Lake Realty fourth quarter, the Cougars are going to call a timeout. You listen to Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
So this is the reserve at Bear Lake, most beautiful place in the world. Come here and find out how you can buy your own Airbnb property and help pay for itself, or just come here and enjoy a second home in sports courts, pools, hot tubs, access to 200 miles of mountain trails, brand new homes now starting at $600,000, quarter shares starting at $250,000. Would like you to invite you to be part of that. Call Gary McKee at Bear Lake Realty at 435-946-8888.
Welcome back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth. Remember the Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. It'll be 4th down and I'd say maybe 29. Ball has to get to the Cougar 41-yard line as they actually come out in the punt team as it's Clyde back deep. Rebels don't have anyone on the punt return as Clyde is going to boot it away with his left foot. The ball floats through the air, lands at the 45-yard line, takes a Cougar bounce as it'll roll all the way to the Rebel 45. Clyde's punt from the 20-yard line goes to the Rebel 45. That's going to be a 30-yard punt for Clyde. 1st and 10 Rebels on their own 45-yard line. They actually back them up to the 44 as it's now a 31-yard punt for Clyde. Clyde, I mean, I've got to be honest with you, Clyde's been pretty impressive. He's done everything. And on kickoffs, he's also booted 2 very, very recoverable onside kicks. As the first one just took a high hop over the front line of the Rebels where they were able to recover. The second one bounced off Jaden Desch, and luckily for the Rebels, went right to Carter Hoffman. Here comes the Rebels offense as Carter Grohl is in the shotgun. Actually going to go in the I formation as a little bit of a split back. As I don't think they gave Maldonado the play as he was laid onto the field. They're going to hand in the backfield. Fumbled. Bounces right back up to him as it's Dylan Wasden. He's still going. He's wrapped up. Ball comes loose late as they'll rule him down, as that's going to be a loss of about 8 on the play. Clyde makes the play. 7 minutes to go in the Bear Lake Realty fourth quarter. The Rebels offense faces a second down and about 18. They have to get the ball into Cougar territory to the 46-yard line for a first down. As the Rebels come out under the huddle. Got 6:37 to go in the Bear Lake Realty fourth quarter. I think they got away with one. They had an extra man in the huddle. As they break the huddle, Grohl under center. They have 2 deep backs. Receiver to the right side of the formation. They're going to hand off to Raiden Lutz, who is scooped up and thrown down by Hicks. It's a great play as Lutz tried around the left side. Hicks makes the play. That'll bring up third down and about 18 for the Rebels offense. They got to get the ball to the Cougar 46-yard line.
Taking a look at the other side of the volleyball bracket for the Lady Rebels, looks like Panguitch has moved on and will play in the semi.
So far, it seems like the volleyball tournament has gone chalk. As we were talking earlier, it sounds like Manila.
I'm still trying to get an update on their match.
As we very well could see 3 teams from our conference in volleyball in the semifinals. As the Rebels come out, 5:34 to go in the Bear Lake Realty fourth quarter in the I formation. Grohl gets the snap. They're going to hand it off, and that play is going nowhere as a couple of defensive linemen are on Wasden as soon as he gets the handoff. That'll bring up fourth down for the Rebels, and it looks like they're going to bring the punting unit on, and for the punting unit, it is a lot of the first-team varsity players. As it looks like Trey Walker will kick it away.
Number 3, Trey Walker. Back to receive for the Cougars, number 21, Elias Cly, and number 9.
Standing at the 50-yard line is Cly. Trey Walker is standing on his own 25. As Walker gets the snap, punts it away. That's going to go over the returners' heads and land at the 40-yard line. Takes a Rebels bounce. Continues to take a couple Rebels bounces. And that's an impressive punt there from Trey Walker, as that ball will be spotted down at the 15-yard line. Trey was standing on his own 25. That ball rolls to the 15. As we do some quick math, it's a 65-yard punt if my math is correct. As that ball took a huge hop for the Rebels. I don't know if I'm Trey. I'm trying to ask around what the record is because that could be very, very close. As the Cougars offense takes over on their own 15-yard line, we got 4:28 to go in the Bear Lake Realty fourth quarter. As the Cougars come out, it looks like Clyde's going to split out right. They're going to have Che be the quarterback for this play. They have 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Che sends a man in motion, gets the snap. He's going to run it himself around the left side, has some room out across the 20 to the 25, keeps going, and he is hauled down at the 32-yard line. That's a great run there from Che. As with 3:52 to go, it's 1st and 10 for the Cougars here in the Bear Lake Realty fourth quarter. Rebels lead on the station on main scoreboard 47-6. As it's been a very impressive day for the Rebels so far, Rob, and a lot of your starters for the Rebels haven't played much today, and they're going to be able to get out of here, it seems, relatively healthy.
Well, you've got a short week next week because the game's on a Thursday.
Here come the Cougars as they Drop back with Che. He looks to throw. Has a man that's intercepted. Nice play there from number 85. That's Aiden Weston. He gets the interception at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Rebels. That's a Town of Garden City turnover as Weston undercut the route. Good read there from Weston. Rebels offense will take over 1st and 10 as it'll be Grohl. Looks like he's going to line up under center as he's talking to head coach Tyson Larson as he takes the gloves off.
You get a 12 o'clock kickoff on Thursday next week in the semifinal.
If you're interested, the game before will be Gunnison Valley versus the winner of Water Canyon and Whitehorse, and that will be the other semifinals. Gunnison Valley had a bye into the semifinals as the clock continues to wind with 2:50 to go in the Bear Lake Realty 4th quarter. Rebels have the ball. 1st and 10 as Grohl comes out in the shotgun. He's got 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. As Grohl gets the snap, pressured immediately, throws off his back foot. That's intercepted by Che as Che runs out across the 40 to the 50, has one man to beat. He's back at the Rebels 30 as he makes a man miss to the 20, 10 to the 5. That's a pick 6 for Che as Grohl throws a pass that's intercepted by the Cougars and returned all the way to the end zone. Nice return there from Che, making a little bit of amends for the interception he just threw. And with that, the score is now 47-12 on the Station on Main scoreboard. And if you're Che, that's got to feel good. I mean, one play after throwing an interception, you get a pick 6. If your coach is yelling at you, you can tell him that's a net positive 6 points, coach. 2:17 to go in the ball game. 47-12 on the Station on Main scoreboard. As it looks like the Cougars are going to go for 2. Cly is the quarterback in the formation. They got a tight end on the right side of the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Cly gets the snap, picks it off the ground. Good hands there. Rolls to his right, turns, throws, has a man off the arms of number 22. That is Badani as that falls incomplete. With 1:40 to go in the Bear Lake Realty 4th quarter, the Rebels lead 47-12 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Listen to Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Check the weather forecast or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
Welcome back to the Bear
This
Lake
is the
Community Health
reserve
Center presentation of Rich Rebels Football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. Interesting stat that or tidbit that we just learned about the Monument Valley Cougars is that they have 4 girls on the team. As the Cougars will line the ball up at the 40-yard line, the Town of Woodruff kickoff is teed up. As if I'm the Rebels, I think I might sneak those. Here they come. They sneak them up a little bit further just because they've onside kicked both times they've kicked. We'll see what Clyde can do here.
Kicking back to return, Max Perry and Trey Walker.
Max Perry and Trey Walker deep to return. As Clyde's kick is wobbles, and Noah Perry snatches it off the ground. As that's a good recover there from Perry as that ball was wobbling. He covered it at the 48-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Rebels at the 48 with 1:31 to go in the Bear Lake Realty 4th quarter. As Hunter Pace sounds like he's going to go down the field with 1:31 left. It looks like the Rebels are going to be able to kneel this out, Rob. We're going to hit the best formation in all of football.
That would be the victory formation.
Victory formation, baby. As the Rebels are going to move on to play the winner of Monticello, and I believe it's going to be Monticello, and I think it's Altamont that Monticello plays this week. As the clock continues to wind here in the Bear Lake Realty 4th quarter, Hunter Pace under center. It's good to see him out on the field with his teammates. surrounded by Trey Walker and Max Perry, a couple other seniors. As Hunter gets the snap, he's going to kneel it down, and we got a minute left to go. Looks like the Rebels are going to have to snap it one more time. We are getting confirmation that it is Altamont that Monticello is playing. As there's 40 seconds to go in the Bear Lake Realty fourth quarter, the teams are shaking hands. They got to snap it one more time, as technically there's a false start and an offsides. Refs decide to let it go. We get the snap, kneel it down, and with that, the Rebels are advancing to the semifinals. They await the winner of Monticello and Altamont as the Rebels come out with an impressive 47-12 victory on the Station on Main scoreboard. This has been a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. We'll be right back after this.
When you enter the city limits of the town of Woodruff, the sign welcomes you to the town of coldest temps and warmest hearts. Settled in 1870, we celebrate the values of kindness, compassion, and friendliness, knowing that a community's greatness may best be measured by the compassionate actions of its members. Mayor Scott Savey and council members Raymond Franson, Millie Bradshaw, Seiko Webb, and Monica Schultez, with clerk Lisa Bell, welcome you and say,
Go Rich Rebels!
Lutz Construction is a premier excavation and landscaping company with over 25 years of experience. Lutz Construction delivers quality results on commercial and residential projects in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. Lutz Construction sells everything you need for landscaping and offers a wide range of professional services like foundation digs and rock walls. For all your excavation and landscaping needs, call Lutz Construction. We dig Bear Lake. Visit diglutzconstruction.com.
A healthy smile improves life in many ways. Fresher breath, increased confidence, and better overall health. Dr. Sean Grohl and his team at Comprehensive Family Dental have been supporting Rich Rebels for over 25 years. Call today and schedule your next appointment. Go Rebels!
Supporting the Rich Rebels in everything they do. J-Bar Auto and J-Bar Excavation in Randolph provide services to Rich Rebel fans every day. Auto repair, tires, sand, and gravel. J-Bar Auto and J-Bar Excavation on Main Street in Randolph. Stop in today.
Whether it's for your home, your ranch, your equipment, or your business, when you need propane, count on the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff. The safe and professional team at T7 Propane offers quality product and the most responsive propane service in the area, so you can enjoy the affordability, reliability, and efficiency of propane. For heating, cooking, grilling, motor fuel, and more, count on the team at T7 for your personal or business propane needs. 435-793-4208.
If you've never heard a mechanic say they truly care, then you've been at the wrong place. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff is a family-owned and operated business open since 1992. Offering all types of maintenance and repair services, you can be sure your vehicle is operating at its best. Whether your vehicle is older or the newest model, gas or diesel, we fix and maintain them all. Also offering chip repair, windshield replacement, and tires. When your vehicle needs a mechanic, bring it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Check the weather forecast or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
This presentation on mylocalradio.com is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. With over 3 decades of experience, Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with all the chiropractic work you need, plus x-rays, blood work, a weight loss program, and can help you get rid of allergies and migraines. Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic in Evanston.
At the Evanston Walmart, you'll find all the tools students need to succeed. Our team is committed to providing quality products and an excellent shopping experience. Stop in today. 125 North 2nd Street, Evanston. Walmart. Save money, live better.
Whether you're kicking up the dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft, large and small, to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all. On-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your next adventure at epicrecreation.net.
Well, welcome to the Epic Recreation postgame show. Make your next vacation an epic one with rentals at Bear Lake. Cabin, boats, UTVs, inner tubes, fat tire bikes, everything you need to make your next vacation epic. Year-round rentals. Visit epicrecreation.net. Today's game had some great plays. Let's look at those now. During the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap, gourmet sandwiches made fast and fresh every day. Get your delicious sandwich today. I had one. It was great. 113 Front Street, Evanston. And we're going to Rob Leifson for the Freaky Fast recap.
Yeah, there's plenty of it. Trey Walker with a 60-yard run to start the game. Max Perry with a 30-yard run. Jet Holmes with 31. Drake Weston, 21. Carter Hoffman runs for 4 yards. Then you get Monument Valley with a 20-yard pass completion for the touchdown, and the 2-point conversion is no good. Jet Holmes runs for 5 yards to push the score to, I don't even want to do the math. Then Jet Holmes takes the interception for a pick six for the final score for the Rebels. And then you had the interception by Monument Valley that didn't get on my stat sheet that went all the way in for a touchdown as well to lead you to the final score, 47-12.
That was Trey with the pick six for Monument Valley, as that was our Freaky Fast recap. Stay tuned for the Dr. McKay Franklin Precision Play of the Game, the player of the game, the post-game diagnostics report brought to you by Stacy's Repair. You're tuned into an Epic Recreation post-game show on the Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebels football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Whether you're kicking up the dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft, large and small, to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all. On-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your next adventure at epicrecreation.net.
When you drive on the best tires that are rotated, balanced, and inflated properly, you can save money 2 ways. The best tires can reduce wear and tear on your vehicle. That saves you money in the long run. The best tires can also improve your overall miles per gallon. That helps you save every time to fill up at the pump. At Freeway Tire in Evanston, we offer the best tires with the best service for every vehicle. Make sure you're running on the best tires you can. Visit Freeway Tire today, 217 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Whatever brings you to Evanston, whether it's high school sports, a teaching conference, music festivals, speech and debate, or your job, always book your hotel reservations at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. With 165 ground-level rooms on 10 beautiful acres, the Best Western offers everything you need, including clean, comfortable rooms, a business office, workout room, and a full-service restaurant, plus a complimentary breakfast with every stay. Whenever you're in Evanston, make your hotel reservations with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn.
At Rich School District, we believe that success motivates individuals, and every student is capable of learning. We believe an effective classroom facilitates learning. We believe in the development of lifelong learners, and we believe that a quality education makes a difference. Student involvement equals student success. Currently, 93% of Rich High students participate in extracurricular activities. Rich School District, providing a quality, well-rounded education for each student.
Hello, this is Dr. McKay Frankham. As a dentist in Evanston for over 20 years now, my mission has always been to provide quality dental care for people of all ages at reasonable prices. I'm a detail-oriented person, and it's important to me to stay current on new dental procedures and protocols that can help my patients have the best experience and have the best results. Over the years, I've also worked to keep my overhead low so that I can pass those savings on to my patients. I believe everyone deserves quality dental care. Please call us today at 307-789-8910.
Welcome back to the Epic Recreation Postgame Show. We are broadcasting live from the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth. It is time for the Precision Play of the Game, brought to you by Dr. McKay Frankham. Precision Family Dentistry at affordable prices. Call for an appointment today, 307-789-8910. And, Rob, we talked about it, but I think it's only fitting we give the play of the game, or the Precision Play of the Game, to Trey Walker, as Trey Walker's touchdown run on the first play of the game really set the tone.
It did. You wanted to come out quick and clean, and that's exactly what happened on that first play. He was untouched to the end zone.
Our first-team offense in the first half ran 2 plays for 80 yards and 2 touchdowns. 90 yards and 2 touchdowns as Noah Perry runs it in from 30 yards out. So we also have the player of the game up next, and we discussed this a little bit, and I think we're each going to give our own player of the game. I'm going to go Jet Holmes because 2 touchdown runs and a pick 6, 3 total touchdowns in a varsity football game for a JV player is not a bad night.
No, that's a good night for Jet, and he had several attempts to get that pick interception early on, and I was glad to see him get that third one.
He was rewarded when he finally sat back and played the man instead of the ball, and he was rewarded the pick 6. And we also wanted to give another special shout-out, correct, Rob?
We do. Well, I'm going to shout out to the coaches. We talked about it before. Rich has a good tradition of class sportsmanship, and I was impressed. You knew this one coming in was going to be a blowout, but I was impressed that the coaches played this game the way they needed to. I couldn't keep the players straight from the sidelines as they ran them all in, gave everybody some playing time, and showed what I would say a class act. And this one.
Coming up next, the Stacey's Repair Post-Game Diagnostics Report. When you need a repair, take to the ones who truly care. Stacey's Repair in Woodruff. You're listening to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Sports on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com. The final score on the station on main scoreboard is the Rebels 47, the Cougars 12. We'll be back.
If you've never heard a mechanic say they truly care, then you've been at the wrong place. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff is a family-owned and operated business open since 1992. Offering all types of maintenance and repair services, you can be sure your vehicle is operating at its best. Whether your vehicle is older or the newest model, gas or diesel, we fix and maintain them all. Also offering chip repair, windshield replacement, and tires. When your vehicle needs a mechanic, bring it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff.
Welcome back to the Epic Recreation Postgame Show. Make your next vacation epic. Visit epicrecreation.net. We're broadcasting live from the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth, and it's time for the Stacey's Repair Postgame Diagnostics Report. And, Rob, there's not really much you can tell from this game, but if you were the Rebels, one thing you do want to clean up is you definitely want to clean up your extra point attempt, and I do believe in the second half they found something that's going to help in the long run. They spread the offensive linemen out a little bit more on the PAT, and I was able to give Trey Walker a little more room to kick the ball.
And that may be some of the advantage of switching back from 11 to 8. Just didn't realize that was a concern, but having those 3 extra points blocked early on in the game, that could come into play next week or the week after.
I would say outside of the PATs, I think this was a very clean transition to 8-man football. It was definitely a lot cleaner for going from 8 to 11, where I think it's because these guys, they did a lot of their training camp at 8-man. I think they were able to revert back to the basics that they know. And the offensive line looked great on the 6 plays that the first team offense ran, as they were able to clear big holes for Trey Walker, Noah Perry. Max Perry got a touchdown run, but a lot of these kids had a lot of room, and that's a big thanks to the offensive line. If we're going to be critical of one thing, is they did turn the ball over a couple times in the game, although it wasn't the first team, but you still don't want to see turnovers, and that's something that's it's not worrisome because it was a couple of younger players getting to play against some varsity kids from Monument Valley, but you just want to see the ball be secured if you're the Rebels.
And we put a couple passes up for grabs and that's always dangerous when you're scrambling as a quarterback. You give a player a chance to make a play, but it also puts the ball up for grabs to the opposing team as well.
Yeah, but if we're being honest, we're being a little nitpicky.
Yeah, you got to find something to work on.
Yeah. It wasn't a perfect game by any means, but the Rich Rebels came out. They played a good, clean game, a lot of sportsmanship. You really enjoy seeing that. One of the plays that really stands out to me, I want to give a shout-out to number 9 on Monument Valley, last name Che, as he absolutely popped Raiden Lutz with a huge hit. But he's also the first one there to pick Raiden up and tell him nice run. And that was something that I really enjoyed throughout this game, is that it wasn't really close at any point except for the first drive of the ball game. But the kids played hard, they had fun, and most importantly, no one did anything dirty. And the Rebels, they're going to go into the next week's playoff matchup with everyone, I'm not going to say everyone healthy, but without having suffered a serious injury tonight and without having a suspension because of maybe a late game brawl.
It's a long season. You've had 10 games, and there's a lot of nicks and bruises. Riker Hoffman was out of this game, and obviously we didn't use Hunter Pace much, and that gives them another week to rest up and be prepared for the semifinal.
This has been the post-game diagnostics report sponsored by Stacy's Repair. When you need a repair, take it to the ones who truly care, Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. Stay tuned for the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau calendar update. You listen to a Bear Lake Community Health Center presentation of Rich Rebel Football on 98.3 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
When you think about Bear Lake, think family, fun, fishing, beaches, boats, green, and great food. Think water, wildlife, trails, and shakes, snow, scenery, and sun. Think summer. Go to bearlake.org and plan your visit today. Visit Scenic Idaho. Whether you're kicking up the dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft, large and small, to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all. On-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your next adventure at epicrecreation.net.
At Rich School District, we believe that success motivates individuals, and every student is capable of learning. We believe an effective classroom facilitates learning. We believe in the development of lifelong learners, and we believe that a quality education makes a difference. Student involvement equals student success. Currently, 93% of Rich High students participate in extracurricular activities. Rich School District, providing a quality, well-rounded education for each student.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
Welcome back to the Epic Recreation postgame show. We are broadcasting live from the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth. It is time for the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau calendar update, and it's going to be a quick update as for myself. My next broadcast will be later tonight at 8:30 as we are doing a special presentation of North Summit Volleyball as they look to attack the state tournament as well in 2A. We'll have North Summit Volleyball for you. So if you want to hear me call a volleyball game that might not necessarily be the Rebels, this will be your opportunity. But we'll also have the Rebels games tomorrow. First one starting at 10:30, and the second one, depending on the first one, is when we'll find out when they play again. But for football, next Thursday, they'll be playing in Cedar City, as it'll be a much warmer game, I anticipate, because we're going south, which is one of the good things about having the football playoffs in the south, is it's a little warmer, but the bad thing is we are in the north, so we have to drive quite a bit.
It is a little bit of a drive, but SUU will host the two semifinal games on Thursday with Gunnison Valley and the winner of Water Canyon and Whitehorse at 9, and the Rebels and the winner of Monticello and Altamont at 12.
It'll be an interesting weekend. I mean, if you want to see who the Rebels have a chance to go up against, we can't assume anything, but you'll be able to watch those two games back-to-back, which will be a lot of fun. 8-man football is a blast. You can see in those first two plays of the game why 8-man football is so much fun. But that will do it for us here from the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth. When you're thinking about spending some time at beautiful Bear Lake, make sure you visit the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau website. They have great information about year-round activities, places to stay, eat, and more. Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau, Bear Lake, Utah, and Idaho. Plan your next vacation today. Once again, the final score on today's Station on Main scoreboard is the Rebels 47, the Cougars 12. Tune in for more coverage of the Rebels volleyball team tomorrow as they look to advance in the semifinals at 10:30 tomorrow. We'll have the pregame show for you at we're going to say maybe 10, but once again, with tournament volleyball, we really never know when the pregame show will start just because if the game before us goes long, we can't start our game, obviously. Then we'll have the football game next Thursday for you. But until then, go Rebels.
The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of MyLocalRadio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC. Thank you for joining us for this sports presentation on MyLocalRadio.com.